All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son of the world, called Christ. And my Yahweh Shai. Man, this is just looking bad today, man. Well, not looking good today. Again, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Brother Chief Priest AHLAZAR, BANLAWYA, a.k.a. the Grla Hebrew. I got War Dog Isaiah in the building with me. Man. Man, oh man, got a lot to talk about today. You know, quite a controversial topic. Then popped up on the Breakfast Club with a very controversial figure, a man by the name of Mike Rubin. We're going to talk all about Mike Rubin and his recent comments regarding the Black community. Very, very, very interesting stuff. Let's first though, definitely, man. You see, I got a SICARRII fitted hat on, man. People asking me, how do you get it? How do you get that SICARRII fitted hat? Well, it's very simple. You got to join. You got to be a member. First and foremost, but I must forewarn you, membership in this organization is not for the weak. If you're not weak, go ahead and send an email over to join@SICARRI.camp. That is join@SICARRI.camp. It's the only way to get official SICARRII merchandise other than situations of extreme exceptions, like my brother Chief. Even people ask, they seen Chief Ethan with a SICARRII shirt. How was that? I gave him that shirt 5 years ago. He been having that shirt. Elder Chief Priest Kahan been having a SICARRII shirt, but not many others. Can't really think of too many people who didn't, complete their 12 weeks who have received the shirt other than those two brothers. Right? But again, all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So again, we live tonight. We're talking about this thing with Mike Rubin. So much going on. Keep your eyes on that war. So much going on. Shout out to my brother Ash Rakar in the chat, man. Fire of God. All praise to the Most High. We're live on YouTube, a few channels. We're live on Rumble. We're live on X. So all praise to the Most High, man. Gotta definitely get some plugs in as well. Oh, let me say this to y'all. I thought I already had memberships on the Chief Dome channel, right? If you're on the Public Enemies channel or the new SICARRII Exodus 1715 channel, we don't have any monetization available. But if you're on Chief Dome, of course, you can super chat, etc. Super thanks if you're watching the replay. But I thought we had memberships on this whole time. We did not. So I got that done today. I'm just letting y'all know, hey, YouTube said they're going to give a bonus if we get a certain amount of memberships. So, hey, man, if it's on your heart, go ahead. We got the $2 drive back active right here on Chief Dome, right? It's called the Tacoma Dome level. All right, it's 3 levels on the Chief Dome. Tacoma Dome, King Dome, and the Astrodome. All right, if you're a real sports enthusiast, you understand those venues, those different dome structures, and their significance in the world of sports. The King Dome, the place where King Griffey Jr. and King Griffey Sr. played together for the Seattle Mariners. All right, there in Seattle, Washington, imploded that. I think about year 2000, I watched that live as a child. Tacoma, of course, my home arena. Okay, the place you had legendary wrestling events go down there. And of course, the Astrodome, original home of the Houston Astros. Right, so those are your 3 levels, but it starts at $199. You can join the $2 drive now. Join the channel. I want to plug that again. YouTube is incentivizing me to promote memberships, because they'll give us a bonus if we get X amount of memberships. So shout out to YouTube for that. Speaking of memberships, though, you load some stuff up here. I got a lot to talk about tonight. To be honest with y'all. A lot to talk about. So much to talk about. Right? Plug this a few times, but let me first plug this though. So, this is a GORRILLA.TV, right? So membership here is only $5 a month. And you're going to get exclusive street content featuring myself. Exclusive street content featuring myself only $5 a month. You know, this platform been a little upset with me. They've been trying to crack down and, you know, kind of inhibit this message. I've heard some people even complaining like, look, we're not even getting the notifications.
Yeah.
Things are being suppressed. So we're trying to maneuver around that through the Spirit of the Most High. Of course, we're going to remain steadfast, Lord, running through the Spirit of the Most High. But I want to direct everybody over to Grla.tv. Again, it's just $5 a month, entry level. You're going to get my street content in full here, right? For $25, you can get that plus direct access to message me, ask me your questions for advice, things of that nature. If things get too intensive, I will be, you know, referring you over to counseling though. But you definitely can get direct DM access for the $25 a month plan. And then you can get full life coaching for the $500 a month plan. Now, some people say, oh, that's so steep. But look, I'm charging $100 an hour for counseling. With this plan, you get 8 hours of counseling and the exclusive text and DM access. That's an $825 value for $500. Lord in Christ. All right, I thought I was cutting the deal, man. Brothers over here acting like I'm the goddamn devil. That's not for everybody. But I am back over to counseling. You know, so I had a good marriage counsel already this week, back counseling. I got a business counsel coming up, you know, with a brother up out of New York. Shout out to that brother. So yeah, man, but with all this, you're gonna get exclusive access to all my street content, a backlog, new stuff, etc. Just want to make sure I plug all of that. And we got some more things that are on the horizon for the nation through the Spirit of Poverty. How about you, man? So I want everybody just to, you know, stay tuned and be ready. Definitely got some special stuff for the nation. I want to also plug something else, Salakia. Tomorrow, let me see. Let me go here. Look at this. Is Jabari on I can't even say that word, mission? Jabari is taking on 3 powerful Israelites. Is this the end of Jabari? Shout out to my elder son. Look at this.
No.
Do y'all see this flyer? Jabari is debating 3 Israelites tomorrow. Me, I'm one of them. Right? My great sister Napasha died. Been my sister so long. Right? Elder Yara, my brother, and myself. This guy Jabari. Now they called me last second. I wasn't a part of this original debate. I guess the third brother couldn't make it. So Sa called me and said, hey, look, man, you my first choice. Can you do it? I said, for my king, Mashiach Yahushua, oh, you better be damn right I can do it. I just debated whether or not he's going to sit on the throne of David with the brother Judah Nazareth. So I'm going to show up for my king if it be the will of the Most High tomorrow. It's funny because I just uploaded my debate with Dr. Richard Carrier, too, right here on the Chief Dome channel. As well. So we get that spirit of defending the king, Hamashiach Yahushua. So no problem. Especially I got 2 powerful, a brother and a sister with me to come and Jabari. Like, guys, these Kemet people, I put in a live chat earlier, I said, Kemet is so dead. You guys are so lost, right? Your guys' objectivity has been crippled and you're so senseless. Because here's what I want to tell you. Is Jesus Christ of the Bible a historical figure? Yes or no? That's it. A historical figure. Not a divine figure. Not a miracle's true. Not which is going to be his position that there was a plagiarization from Kemet. None of that is the topic of tomorrow's debate. Tomorrow's debate is substantiating the man Jesus Christ in history, which is the opinion of the overwhelming historical consensus. Right? The overwhelming historical consensus. It's that simple. So we'll be debating that tomorrow. All right. What's that? That's tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 Pacific. Okay, so 7 p.m. for those of us keeping that lunar Sabbath just before the Sabbath comes in. So make sure to get over there to sign up to get your tickets. How do you get the tickets? I don't even know how to get the tickets. Let me see something. Community. Nah, I gotta see how to get these tickets, man. Because he got us a $20 ticket, but I don't even know how to get the damn tickets. Lord in Christ. But yeah, that's gonna be going down tomorrow through the Spirit and Probably how about Shem Shah. He has signed up to debate 8 people. I don't know what possible sense that makes, but hey, it's Jabari's funeral.
Right.
That's tomorrow. What else I got? I mean, we just got so much going on. I need help getting vocabulary to take the slavery debate. I wonder if Sa can get him to sign up. He's not. I wouldn't think that he would take that debate. There's certain topics that that people are going to avoid. They're going to evade, and I think that certainly would be one of those topics that you would evade because it's so clear and it doesn't really make sense what their argumentation, their position is on those things. So. Yeah, I think he certainly will avoid that at all costs. But I mean, if I was you, I would go through Sonetta, at least try it. But he been running from that a long time. So yeah, we doing that tomorrow. Shout out my brother Sonetta. Fundraising for that brother, of course. They've demonetized his channels, man. So we just trying to, make sure our elder brother's good, who's been giving us this information for decades and painstakingly and introduced to the world, the Guerrilla Hebrews, the Captain Zariacs, etc. Right? Yeah, man. I want to talk about this Mike Rubin thing. There's something else I want to talk about though first. Hold on. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to this channel, SICARRI Exodus 17:15. Subscribe to the channel. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look at this famous ritual. We got the first look at this video. It's going up now. It's good. It's what we need, right? So make sure y'all subscribed over here. But we definitely want to transition the live classes over to this channel. All right, but we're gonna need y'all to get over there to subscribe, to make sure you're watching the content, you're liking the content, you're sharing the content, etc. We are live on this channel. So some of y'all are watching on the SICARRI Exodus 17:15 page right now. 3 of y'all, at least. Majority of y'all, I'm sure, are tapped in on Cheek Dome, where you again can super chat, you can join, etc. I was going to my brother Northeast LA Rider. So definitely get over here and subscribe this video. And this was just an excerpt from Priest Azar here's video debate with Preston Perry that was derailed by Philip A. Mitchell, the pastor. So we took the commentary on that, isolated it, and it's doing some pretty good numbers over there on this channel. So all praise to the Most High. Again, make sure you get these things in circulation. I want to take a look at this video with famous Richard embarrassed by a Jewish man. And I want to give a disclaimer tonight. Tonight, I'm here to sing the praises of the Jewish community.
Right.
I'm here to talk so positively about the Jewish community. That's the only thing I'm here to do today. I'm going to talk real good. Somebody clip that. Right? I'm talking great about the Jewish community. Mike Rubin. And we're going to start with this Hasidic Jewish brother that embarrassed my brother, Famous Rich. Famous Rich is my brother. I don't know him personally, but he's a cool guy, seemingly, entertaining, hilarious, etc. But he got power checked and embarrassed by this Hasidic Jewish gentleman there in New York City. We're going to take a look at that. And we talking good about the Jewish people tonight. Real good. Right? Our people are so
They
crazy.
go to this move with the caption.
We're gonna be talking real good about the Jews tonight.
AHLAZAR
Book,
took the bag.
book it. Book it. Book it, Salaki. We'll be talking good about them, right? We're definitely gonna be talking good about them tonight. So let's get into this real quick. All right, I want to give all praise to the Most High, man. Checking out a recent viral clip starring none other than the infamous, famous Richard. He's going viral for trolling local New York area Jewish communities, especially the synagogue in question that had that big controversy with the underground tunnels. You know, it's been very entertaining. He's entertained us. But this was a very interesting clip that I saw that I think really the Jewish guy kind of got the best of and exposed our brother famous Richard. So let's just take a look at it real quick.
Okay, so go, you know, black people wearing tzitzis, start wearing tzitzis, go follow the Bible. Start doing
Ain't that this might shock y'all world. This might shock y'all world, but black people is the real Jews.
Okay, so go, you know, black people start wearing tzitzis, start wearing tzitzis, go follow the Bible. Start doing what the Bible.
Man, that's a cut. That's such a major dagger. Let's see that one more time.
Ain't that this might shock y'all world. This might shock y'all world, but black people is the real Jews.
Okay, so go, you know, black people start wearing tzitzis, start wearing tzitzis, go follow the Bible. Start doing what the Bible says.
Ain't that
Start wearing zits, go follow the Bible and do what God says. And the problem that exposes is there's a lot of people that, especially going back to Kanye, going back to Kyrie and that big thing that happened towards the end of 2022, a lot of our people got informed on, of course, our ancestry and the fact that we actually are descendants of the ancient Israelites. Many people became aware of that. Okay, cool. But start doing what God says, because that's what the Israelites are supposed to do. The Israelites aren't supposed to just go and tell everybody, did you know the Jews are black? And then it's a period and then you just go on with your life. And when you do that, you actually are making yourself look foolish, because these people who were trying to invalidate, they're actually at least living somewhat according to the word of God. So let's go to the Bible now. All right, so we start at James 1 and 22 in the NLT. It says, but don't just listen to God's word. You must do what it says. Otherwise, you are only fooling yourselves. And that's what brothers like famous Richard are doing, and people out there that are just going, yeah, we know we the Jews, and then moving on with their life. If you are not listening to God's word, you're fooling yourself. For if you listen to the word and don't obey, it is like glancing at your face in a mirror. You see yourself, walk away, and forget what you look like. But if you look carefully into the perfect law that sets you free, and if you do what it says and don't forget what you heard, then God will bless you for doing it. God's not going to bless you just because you're repeating a random factoid that we are the real Jews. That's not what it's going to take for you to obtain the blessings of God. Point blank, period. What it's going to take for you to obtain the blessings of God as an Israelite is to live as God commanded the Israelites to live. Right? Right. So just Deuteronomy 33 and 4 says, Moses commanded us a law, even the inheritance of the congregation of Jacob. This is our inheritance. This is our heritage. So if you're saying you're an Israelite or you're a Jew,
The law is your inheritance. If you're not keeping it, then you just are repeating it, and there's nothing actually behind it. There's no point in you acknowledging that you're a Jew. The black people are the real Jews if you're not going to do what is becoming of a Jew. Going back again, it said in the book of James, it called the law perfect. Now let's go here. Psalms 19:7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. Right? The law of God. That's what is the perfect thing, the thing that we need to convert our soul. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoice in the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The laws of God is how we become enlightened. Verse 9, the fear of Yahweh the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold. A lot of y'all out here chasing a bag, but still talking about you're the real Jew. Well, you know what's more important than money? The laws of God. Sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb, meaning the laws of God are above money and hoes, which is what the average one of our people's life is consumed with. But you just happen to know that random fact that we are the real Jews, or the real Jews was black. And I'm glad that that Jewish man said what he said to that brother, because that was a reality check for not just him, but a lot of y'all that are simply pointing out or regurgitating the information of our ancient ancestry, but not living according to the lifestyle that our God prescribed for us as having that ancient ancestry, as being the chosen people. Right? Now, the Jewish man cited a specific law, which was that of tzitzit. You have to wear, why don't you wear tzitzit and follow the Bible and do what God says? Well, this is that law. Thou shalt, Deuteronomy 22:12, thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. So on your clothes, right? So here's the corresponding law to get a little bit more elaborative on what the purpose of wearing tzitzits or fringes does for you, right? Numbers 38 and starting at 15 rather, and 38 starting at 30, or Numbers 15:38-39. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the border of their garment throughout their generations, and they set upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of Yahweh and do them, that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which you used to go a whoring. So very simple. The reason for tzitzits or fringes is to be reminded to always keep the law of God and not just do what you feel is best. Do what the Most High God commanded us to do. So there's a very strong purpose and a reason why they wear it as Jewish people, as people who are calling themselves adherents to the Torah. And there's a reason why we do it, is those of us who are the true adherents of the Torah and Israelites wear either tzitzits or fringes, right? Famous Richard, you're running up to Jewish people who are at least keeping the law and telling them how much you're a Jew while you don't at all keep the law. You had enough to troll them. You tried to dress up like them, right? You really looked more so like a pilgrim, but you forgot to put the tzitzits on. It totally invalidates you and just makes you look like a clown when you are not living up to what you're claiming to be, right? Just the same way when somebody says they're a gangster, but they're got caught on paperwork snitching, well, you're not living according to what the standard of that lifestyle is. So when you say you're a Jew and you're not keeping the commandments that the Jews are commanded to keep, you look the same way a snitch looks who's supposed to be a gangster. Right, let's keep going. Let's go to the book of Romans now. I'm going to read 3:1-2. It says, what advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly, right? So it's profitable to be a Jew in every way. But the main way, the chief way that is profitable, because that unto them were committed the oracles of God. Now, what are the oracles of God? We just jump down here to this word oracle to take a look at its original meaning in the Greek language. And look at this. It says of the contents of the Mosaic law. So the importance of us knowing that we are the true chosen people, the actual advantage of us being the chosen people is that God gave us the laws. So we should be following and keeping and living by those laws. That's the standard. That's the inheritance that the Most High God gave us as his chosen people. If you're just spouting out that you're a Jew and you're not living like one, right? Well, you're totally pissing away the advantage that the Most High God gave you over everybody else. Don't go outside like that, Famous Richard. Have you some ZZs next time. I'm going to post on the video a lot of great people that you can get your ZZs from, man. We even got the new Buzz Down ZZs available now in various colors. Get your Z's, get right with the Most High, keep the commandments, have faith in his only begotten Son, who the world calls Christ, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, man. Don't just say Jesus was black and the Jews was black. True, right? But really do what a Jew would do and really live like how Christ lived, which is according to the laws, the statutes, and commandments. All praise to the Most High.
Yeah, look at your bust down fringes, man. Right now, Zeke's at TSF Tassels on Instagram, man. They got them fire bust down joints, man. That you need. Big up to my brother Soldier of Yah. Soldier Yah says, shout out Chief. I stood on Proverbs 6:3 all week, and stuff came to fruition. All praises. So the scripture that these references is Proverbs 6:3, one of my favorites, and a scripture I like to advise people on. Very wise words. It says, well, let's just read it, Isaiah. Let's just read it.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
It says, commit thy works unto Yahweh, and your thoughts shall be established.
Commit your works to Yahweh, and your thoughts shall be established. So the things that you want are going to come to fruition, and they're going to manifest if you first commit your works unto the Most High. If that's your first priority, if the Most High is your first priority and the things regarding him, the rest of what you're planning and the things that you want to do will come to fruition. You just got to put him first for real. I got to do a whole video on what does it mean to put God first. Okay, my guy, for sure. So, you know, and shout out to that brother. I want to give some counsel. I'll probably try to get some counsel later to some of y'all. Do a little counseling as we draw on here. But yeah, that was a video. It's over there on the SICARRI Exodus 17:15 page. Everybody get over there. Matter of fact, let me put that link in the chat so y'all can go ahead and subscribe. Going over there to this page and make sure you're subscribed. More and more, I got content just sitting there ready to premiere. So definitely get over there and definitely just hit me on that gram, Soldier. Y'all, all praises. But we're going to talk about Mike Rubin tonight. I just wanted to show that real quick. We're going to talk about Mike Rubin tonight and some of the things that he said. Excuse me. And the crazy thing is he apologized. Okay, so I don't know. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, it goes.
This is just crazy because if we take a look at the comment board, just look at this. This is the number one comment, and I just think this is just not true. He said, can a black entertainer go into a Jewish space to lecture them on the challenges in their community and make generalizing statements? Here's the problem. Mike Rubin didn't lecture anyway. Can you give me the definition of lecture? He said lecture. He just said an observation he made is he dislikes that black people tear each other down. Right. He didn't give a lecture about that. The problem is he could. He could give a lecture about that. And the reason that he can, and we have to watch what's called hypersensitivity. He comes from a specific ethno-religious community called Jewish people. So he can observe how his community treats each other, and then observe how other communities treat each other, and then make a comparison through observation of, well, I'm around a lot of black people, and you guys seemingly do not work together and want to see each other win the way that my people do. And I hate that for you guys, and I think you guys should kind of, work together more and maybe fix that. That wasn't a racial attack. It wasn't. I'm here to tell you. And this is why I said, right? Mashed Out Gaming, that guy is literally nobody. This guy, so give me lecture definition, please.
Yeah, the definition lecture, it says a speech read or delivered before an audience or class, especially for instruction or to set forth some subject.
Mm-hmm. What's the other definition?
Verb, it says to give a lecture or a series of lectures, to deliver a lecture to or before instruct by lectures, to rebuke or reprimand at some length.
I don't think there was a rebuke or reprimand that was given here. Yet you allow Mike Rubin to do this. I mean, I just want to know where he said something wrong. That's the question. Are we so hypersensitive that we cannot take constructive criticism?
Right.
He's a Jewish man. We can take a look at the success and the unity that community has, right? We can take a look at how they were people who were dispersed and were able to, of course, with help,
right,
get a land and build a country in less than 100 years. That was 1948. It's 2024, so we're not even at 80 years yet.
Right.
And we've seen what they've been able to do in 80 years as a collective, with a country. This was, come on now, right? We cannot be so hypersensitive to this. We can't, right?
That's a lot.
Go ahead.
And even though they got help, we can't ignore the fact that statistically, the black dollar still is one of the most powerful mechanisms in the world, like economically. You see what I'm saying? So we it ain't like y'all ain't got the money. So you can't say, oh, it's because of the help only. You see what I'm saying? Because even though we ain't had as much help, we still got the resources, and we just dispersing the resources improperly.
Yeah. Look at this, Sister J. Marie Nicole. The fact y'all let this man come on this platform and act like we're the only community that talks about each other. The question is not talking, it's about hating. I want you to understand that hate, when somebody say you hating on me, that's not hating. Hating is an action. His people are not allowed to hate each other. And they got that from the laws that God gave us. They're not allowed to hate each other. Hating somebody is not a feeling. It's not a word. It is an action. And this is really exposing how disconnected our people are from reality. Right? Very disconnected. I need to find this timestamp.
The Breakfast Club.
The show that used to be in Atlantic City was in Atlantic City that was in Cleveland a few weeks ago.
So I want y'all to understand something. Who this guy is, Mike Rubin. He owns Fanatics. That's the shirt he's on right now, all right? Fanatics has successfully taken over the merchandise distribution of every major sports league in America. When you're on the NBA store, the NFL store, the MLB store, the WWE store, the NHL store, the MLS store, every one of them are Fanatics stores. Just so you can understand the success that this man was able to garner, what he's been able to do. And you know why he's been able to do it? Because his people don't hate each other. His people love each other. How do you demonstrate love? through preferential treatment. It's simple. Preferential treatment. Our people do not preferentially treat one another. That's the hatred. We are supposed to. We are commanded to. We shouldn't even have to have a commandment to do it. It should be the logical thing, right? For example, now I was in the truth at this time, early, young in the truth. At this time when this happened, I had a job. I was working at Sonic America's Drive-In, and they recently had opened in the area. It was just sweeping everybody. I'm talking about, man, the level of traffic. They put me over traffic. The level of people that was coming to this damn Sonic to get a cherry limeade was out of this world. Some people were driving just to get a cherry limeade. They weren't getting nothing else, right? But it was only the second Sonic in the whole county, right? So what happens is here a car comes, a BMW comes. It has a Haitian flag on the BMW. Right. So it's a girl and a guy, it's a couple. Girl is Haitian, dude is Puerto Rican, right? So I let them cut the whole line because the Haitian flag was hanging. In the river. That's what we call preferential treatment. Right. That's how that's supposed to go. Exactly. Right? Now I remember one time, Cap can tell you about this. All right. We're at JFK. We flying out. This is when when TSA first started messing with me. Right? Oh, guess who got TSA to start messing with me? Michael Rubin's people. They don't like one thing I said, man. They went made a call to the feds, and they got me on a hot list. They had me on a hot list 3-4 years on a hot list. Right? Are they wrong for that? No, they looking out for their people. Right? We got to do that. We got to put niggas on hot lists. And we got to lock people out of certain things. The most decisive leader of black people, the most prominent black voice in the last half a century is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And DJ Vlad refused to apologize to him, and niggas still went and sat on his couch and talked to him. And they still are to this day. Now, some took a stand. Big up to Lord Jamar, big up to the brother Godfrey and brothers with integrity. But many of our people consistently go up there and make him rich. Lil Boosie. I got to call out my Haitian brother, Tony Yayo. Michael J. White, certain other people. So this is the problem, is that right there. Because when they decide that somebody's offended them so much and offended their community so much to a point, they lock them out. You see they froze Ye's money, millions of dollars. Got him out of deals. The hell they put Kyrie Irving through. When they decide they don't like what somebody did, you see what they do. All we're saying is why we can do the same thing, or we can do something similar. We can make something. We talking about, we come from the civil rights movement. We come from people that organize bus boycotts. Right. Y'all remember them boycotts? They was giving niggas rides, getting their own buses, collecting coins when they wanted to hit these people where it hurts. Where is that at today? Simple. Where is that at today?
Just the mindset at least.
Where's the mindset at least? There's not even a sense of togetherness to that point. It doesn't even exist. In order to enact this how we're supposed to, in order to collectively cultivate the power. It's not there. Let's go.
Ago, I saw 2 guys in full Oakland A's uniforms. Yeah, well, I mean,
what does that even mean?
Well, because you've got each league is there. So you've got the NFL, the NBA, NHL, MLS, WWE, UFC, MLB, all there with act.
Oh yeah, UFC too. He's letting you know he controls the merchandise for all of those entire, not teams, the whole league. Every major sport in this country.
Activation. So you really be like I know a lot of the streamers are coming through, and people are talking a lot of shit right now about who's going to beat who in different competitions. Right now, I got money on Quavo. not that he's a streamer. He's very athletic. He wins a lot of athletic. Like a lot of things come from that. We've also created a lot of relationships out of there too. A lot of marriages, relationships.
I heard
for
you say
sure.
with Donovan Mitchell and Coco Jones.
Well, no,
Don't play
that was a
this.
me decision. I just thought
Gotcha.
it was the appropriate thing. I will tell you, the day before we had a small barbecue for a few hours. You know, we're in 3 businesses. People coming for me in every business. But let's keep this real. The amount of people who I've in a 13-hour drunken party, okay, that I've jumped on their back and someone's caught a picture is like, I've done that. There's not a person who will always do more for his community, when watching a black person try to take, and I decided people right or wrong. I think that was, no one was a bigger hugger than me. I will say, I pay attention to everything, and I decided people right or wrong. I think that was pathetic. I think it was a joke.
On how they attack Lil Baby?
Yeah. Look, by the way, you know what I hate? When watching a black person try to take a black person down, that's fucked up.
So we got to cancel him over that? He needs to apologize for saying he hates to see us tear each other down. He's wrong now. Hey, man. Hey, look, man. Well, you're welcome to the Tacoma Dome, man. You got to research the Tacoma Dome now. It's the largest wooden dome in North America, all right? You better believe it. So, man, to think that he's wrong now. That's a great thing he said.
How you segued into whatever he's finna say next.
I hate it. I hate when I see a black person tear another black person down.
And then what's crazy is they're titling it, he hates black culture. So you're admitting that black culture is y'all tearing each other down.
It's an admission.
What is we talking about?
This is crazy. He hates it. Shouldn't we all hate it? Because he's not one of us. He's not allowed to hate us tearing each other down. I want you to understand his perspective.
Yeah.
Right? On a surface level. He sells sports merchandise. Right? I know a brother, man, who works in the coaching world during college football in the NFL. And the white recruiters, they call certain brothers perfect human beings. Right? People who aren't black, they don't say that about.
Yeah.
Right? Namely a specific mixture of black and someone. Yeah. They see somebody who's black and someone, they call them a perfect human being. Right? But from his perspective, he sees all these black people with all this charisma and all this ability and talent doing what they do, driving merchandise sales up. Why tear each other down? That's what he's looking at it like. Why would you do that? Why are you guys doing that? Why don't you guys work together? He's hating to see us tear each other down. Right? Now, granted, that picture with Lil Baby is highly suspect. I'm not defending that photo or damn near any of the photos. That's why I went and just put the photo with him with the girls and stuff. Yeah, exactly. All the photos with brothers are just so it's so suspect. I don't even want to propagate that.
It's on the spectrum.
So, you know, I don't even want to propagate such things. So I just put them with the girls. One of the few. So it was hard to find that picture with him and Meg and Glorilla. That was a difficult picture to find. Just him with a lot of boys. A lot of black men.
Hey, look, Lizzie said, popping on people's backs. Whoa.
Whoa.
Hey, yo. You heard that. Right? Hey, yo.
But he hates to see our people tear each other down, and we should all feel like that, and the Most High God feels like that. Right? It's not conducive for the overall well-being, the welfare, the progression of a people group that we are constantly tearing each other down. And he's from the outside looking in, making an observation. And this is wrong. That's why I said I'm talking good about Jewish people today. I got some great things to say about Jewish people today. Trust and believe you me. Right?
Okay, let's keep it real. Okay, Baby is one of the best human beings on the planet. There's not a person who will always do more for his community, who's a great human being, who works his ass off. And here's what happened with Baby. Baby did great, and then people came for him, okay? And you know what happened? Then he comes out with more great music, and he shows why he's Baby. And so for me, it was one of the few things in my life that ate at me because I felt responsible, even though, like, look, the amount of people.
You were just showing them love, though. I mean, people were just making jokes. They knew what it was.
But let's keep this real. The amount of people who I've, in a 13-hour drunken party, okay, that I've jumped on their back and someone's caught a picture is like, I've done that 1,000 times. Now, I will tell you that, like, in my head, you know, that ain't happening anymore just because I won't, like, if it was me, I would think it's funny, but it actually hurt him a little bit for a year, and that ate at me. That did eat at me. But you know what? Again, the one thing I'd say, when you're doing great, people try to test you. And I think that's a great, you know, I think that's a great character test. And I think Baby showed why he's him. Drake's going to show why he's him. And, you know, for me, last year was probably the first time people ever came at me. I've generally been, you know, I think people have showed me a lot of love and support. And, you know, last year I realized, you know, Fanatics got a little bigger. I became a little more well-known. And so, hey, it's, you know, it's easy to try to pick at me for things. So yes, I am a little more careful now.
Don't let nobody stop you from hugging people, Mike.
Listen, I'm bringing
hugs.
hugs.
As many people from the back as you want.
I've never seen you hug Jay-Z from the back. You never grabbed Jay from the back.
I've
just pause, man.
Come on, Charlamagne,
That's
so
crazy.
weird, bro. Charlamagne.
That's crazy.
hugged every. First of all, I've hugged. If you get me really, I'm not.
Don't tell him you hug Jay-Z from the back.
I'm
don't do it. And I'm trying to protect you.
I'm a hugger.
Yes,
I am a hugger.
Don't let him
If
bait
you
you.
get drunk, you'll hug any man from the back. Is what you're saying.
Let me tell you something. If you jump,
Look at me. Don't engage with him right now.
All I'm going to say to you,
we hug each other from the back.
I believe in hugging. You know what? I want to spread love all the time. And I mean this. And you know, hugs are about love. And you know, I love Baby and I love my friends. You know, I'm lucky to have so many great friends around me.
It's Lil Baby. Baby is Birdman. Stop it. But why are we hugging from the back, man?
Right.
Why it's got to be from behind?
Right.
Lord Christ. Oh, what I do?
So yes, when I see you, you are getting a drunken hug one time, and you know you're gonna like it, and because we're fans.
Whoa, that was rapacious.
Yeah.
That was predatorial.
Yeah.
And you're gonna like it.
Okay, and you know what? And that's
remember that night we was out.
Yeah, but hold on, that's affection. That's just respect for you because I have so much respect and love for you. And you know when someone starts trying to say that's not love, that's fucking bullshit. Okay, you know what that is? That's just people want to hate on each other and trying to take people down.
Miserable
and I don't
people.
actually accept that. Okay,
we was
what
at
I accept
that
is love.
restaurant after Jay-Z's museum thing last year, and you was drunk, and you came with me, and I said, "Don't you even think about it."
No means no. It was still fresh then. Was it? Did I then hug you or not?
You did hug me. Absolutely.
Perfect. Exactly.
Oh my God.
We from the back all the time, so it's just nothing.
Yeah,
Right. And by the way, the amount of incredible, iconic athletes that have jumped on my back and given me hugs in moments. I mean, that was like someone just caught a picture. Of that. And by the way, I told Kuz, I was with Kuz a couple nights ago. It was his blue hair. That was the thing that really squared. It was, you know, if you didn't have that blue hair, that was what killed the whole thing. It was the picture. It was me, Baby, and Kuz, and like it was probably like 1/10 of 1 second that someone caught the picture, and then it got out there. And you know, but anyway, look, to me,
Mike, we just joke. You hug whoever you want.
No, but all kidding aside, I want to spread love all the time. And people should hug each other all the time. And people shouldn't say, oh, it's not cool if someone gave someone a drunken hug. And what sucks is that it actually did hurt Baby for a period of time. And that's the fucked up thing. And that's the thing that I don't like.
What do you mean by hurting? Like he was upset about it? Or like,
no.
I mean, the meme.
No. It didn't really hurt Baby that much. I'm going to tell you who's done. A man by the name of Meek Mill. He is through. There's nothing that Meek Mill can do now that I don't question his sexuality. Everything he does is just like, man, I ain't gonna lie. You've turned into a zest monster. That's what he's turned into. Meek Mill is dead because of you.
No, I'm gonna be honest. Meek, it started with him, but it really trickled into the Diddy situation.
You know, you're right.
Oh my God.
No, it started with him, but the Diddy situation is what was the nail in Meek scoffing. The Meek gonna inherit the earth. That's what Meek's gonna inherit when he's buried in dirt. That's what Cassidy said, and he's there now.
He's there.
Oh my God. Let's go.
He used to that. He
Baby
go viral all
wasn't
the
one
time.
bit upset about it because he's tough and he's built.
Yeah,
for
he
it.
go viral all the time.
Yeah, but it's just like people took it. It was just a way of like saying, "Oh, Baby ain't right. Oh, he's this or he's this." All bullshit. It's just people. It's people that want to hate with success. And to me, I want everyone around me to do great. I want nothing's gonna make me happier than you guys doing great. You guys killing it in everything you do. That's how we all push each other up, and so that's how we all learn from each other and grow together.
Yeah.
And so I think you just gotta like push aside that negativity.
They do the same thing with Meek when they keep bringing up the bunny hopping. They say you made him do the bunny
So
hop.
by the way, let's talk about that. There's nobody there's nobody who's been more tortured this year than Meek. Talk about the Diddy thing. Now I know Meek.
Talk about this. Yeah.
Oh, he's been tortured
really, really well. And I've never been to a Diddy party. He's never been to one of my parties in my life. Okay.
just like certain people haven't gone on that Epstein jet in that Epstein Island.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to check the records on that. I don't know about that, Mike Rubin. Right? Well, I've seen some people on some Epstein flight logs and initially denied it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to take a look at your white parties. You know, Diddy was running them Hamptons for a long time before you was even on the scene, Rubin.
Yeah.
And you ain't no Rubinite. Can we say that on the record? Yeah. Are you offended?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
Every time I hear Rubin, what's up with
What's witty? What's to him?
On my party. Not a Super Bowl, not all star, not all white.
So funny.
You say that up immediately.
But I want to get this out there. Okay. Meek, I know that guy really, really well. Okay. Everyone going around trying to say, and by the way, if he was gay, who cares? There's not a gay bone in his body. You guys know him. Like I know him. I've been around him more than anybody. Okay. For people to just like the internet, like a friend, one of my best friends said to me, I think Meek's gay now. I'm like, why? You know what I say? Because I've read it 10,000 times. There's not a gay bone in that guy's body. So it's like, why do people want to bring somebody down? Why do people want to hate on somebody? Why does someone go lie on somebody? And by talk about the bunny hops. Okay. Now you're talking about the most unathletic person in planet Earth is Michael Rubin. I pride myself on that. And why do by the way, why do I put the funny videos out making fun of myself? Because I want people to know, you know what? You could suck at sports and be the person who's picked last all the time. You can be the person that was terrible in school. Remember, I barely graduated high school. Okay. And then you can work your ass off and be great in business. So I'm trying to show people do what you're great at and excel in that.
Right.
Okay. But so now Meek says to me, we're in the Bahamas. He's there with his family and there with my family 4 or 5 years ago. Okay. And Meek's learning tennis and I'm pretty shitty at tennis. So we play a tennis game. Now this was one pathetic athletic event. Like if you want to see like two horrible tennis players going at it, somehow it was very close. And so Meek says to me at the beginning of the game, he says, what do you want to bet? I'm like, what do you want to bet? Like, I'm not generally I don't want to ever take money from my friends or like bet money, but if they want to, he's like, let's do push-ups. I'm like, great. 50 push-ups. Great. He's actually, let's do bunny hops. I said, what's a bunny hop? He said, how do you know what a
Meek's idea. Meek said, do
100%.
Because Meek thought he was going to win.
So Meek's like, you go like this. He's teaching me what a bunny hop is. I never saw it before. Okay. So I don't know. I'm literally, I'm going like this.
That's one of those things you learned in person.
He's going like no, it's like this. Right. Like this. He said, we do them in jail all the time.
We do them in jail all the time.
Right. So I didn't even know what I'd never heard of a bunny hop before. Okay. Man. So now we do it then. When I put it out, I like, of course, because I was making fun of him because I had no idea what people would turn this into. I put it on my story, just making fun of him. Like, yeah, I kicked your ass in tennis. Like, it's fun. I actually won something in sports, like almost a miracle. I should have had a celebration. Okay. No one says a thing then. 5 years later, you know, people want to, now it's the turn, you know what, who we're going to hate on this much. So let's hate on Meek. Oh, Meek's gay because some guy made up a lie. Okay. So let's hate on him for that and just try to change the narrative. And, oh, you know, white billionaire telling, you know, black men to do bunny hops. Actually, he told me to do bunny hops. It was his bet, and I'm sorry that he sucked in tennis that day. Okay, let's keep it real. So, like, that stuff
should have played a black sport. He'd beat you.
And everyone, by the way,
yes.
But probably any sport other than skiing, which is obviously a white sport. That's the only sport I could probably get him in. But you know, like,
I question whether or not skiing is a white sport. Hold on. That sounds like some Gadite stuff. Hold on. Okay, it's just a way. It says this word ski come from the Old Norse. Okay, it is out there, them Vikings. Look, they got the cave paintings of this. What's this going on up here though? Oh, he's skiing to the moose, to the caribou. Okay, all right, I'll give it to him.
The thing I don't like about that is it doesn't bother me for me. It bothers me that it actually. When I see the narrative of a really good friend of mine like Meek and people trying to, you know, again, if he was gay, which there's not one gay bone in his body, who cares? Number one, let's say if people want to be gay, it is 2024. Who the fuck cares? Okay. Number two, there's not.
Quick sidebar. So much I can say. All I will say is I disagree vehemently with the who cares. And here's why. Because my man Duran from the Boston Red Sox used a quote unquote homophobic slur, and it caused his jersey sales to go #1 on Fanatics. Right. Showing you that the average American does care. Definitely does care, and went out of their way to support somebody who is expressing and representing how they feel about that lifestyle choice. Let's go.
It's not a gay bone in his body. So, like, why do people want to lie about that? Why do people want to change a narrative of bet he made with me to try to hurt him? Like, that is the one thing I've learned about, and look, I'm just being blunt because it's me. So one thing I've learned about black culture that I don't like is that black hate on hate.
Speak on that more. I heard you say that earlier, and I wanted you.
Black hate on hate. He said that's the one thing about, but let's go back.
That is the one thing I've learned about, and look, I'm just being blunt because it's me. So one thing I've learned about black culture that I don't like is that black hate on hate.
Speak on that more.
So my thing is, why is he not allowed to dislike a part of another culture? And it's a very negative and real and detrimental aspect, an observable aspect of our culture. Why is he not allowed to feel that way? Right? People are allowed to say, hey, all the time, they don't like Arab culture, aspects of Arab culture. They don't like aspects of Latino culture. People are allowed to say everything, but now he can't say that. And this is the cold part. There's an outrage, there's a lynch mob now being raised up for somebody who actually, as a white person, as a Jewish person, has actually said something worth something, has actually given some constructive, valid criticism for once. And now there's a lynch mob. Right. This is the wrong thing to be outraged about. Let's listen to a little more.
I heard you say that earlier, and I wanted you to expound on that. You said you don't like to see black people tearing down other black people.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like, like it's horrible. Like, why? Like, I want to support every. Look, you guys know me pretty well. Anything I can ever help with, I'm always there. I always want to be helpful. I feel lucky and fortunate to do what I do every day. To be as, whatever success I've had, I feel blessed to do that. And I want to give back in every way I can, in business and in charitable things. I'm always trying to be helpful. Like, why does someone want to bring somebody else down? Let's try to build everybody up. Like, I'd be more excited if I'd be more excited to see one of my friends do something that's 99% less meaningful to me, but it would be really meaningful to them because I want them to do great. I want everyone around me to do great. I don't like watching, there's a little bit, and you tell me, you guys correct me if you think I'm wrong. I think there's a little bit of a black culture of like, it's black hate on hate. It's like that black judge that Meek had that hated on him and wanted to go extra hard on him. Okay. It's like, it's what people always say to me. It's like,
he just said that black judge should have took it easy on him. You see that? He's saying he had a judge as black. This black judge should be being lenient. Right. No, this black judge went out of his way to go harder on him. Wait a minute. He has a Jewish experience. He knows that if he had a criminal case and he saw a Jewish judge, that there's no way that'll happen.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, why would you guys do that to each other? Right? Valid question.
How can you disagree with anything he just says on that?
I don't understand. I don't get it.
Black hate on hate. So I think it's terrible. I think it's something that I think it's culturally wrong. And I'll probably get killed for saying this because, here,
I'm glad you're saying it openly. If this is the conversations that are being
had, I have it all
had
the time. With
I want to hear this.
Yeah. So I think it's wrong. I think, like, why do you not want to build everyone up around you? Why do you not want everyone around you to do great? The best way.
Again, why would you not want to build everyone up around you? And this is the unfortunate aspect of the curse that plagues our people as the Israelites, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. We don't want to build everyone up around us. We want to get the hell away from everybody around us. We want to hold and gatekeep and keep everything to ourselves and leave people behind in the dust. And he, for the life of him, can't understand it because he's raised in a culture that, like it or not, is rooted at least somewhat in the Torah, in the laws of God. The laws of God instruct people to never ever act that way towards each other. Right? Precept?
Yeah, come on.
Go ahead.
This is the book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 9. I'm going to read verse 1. I'm going to jump down to verse 4. It says, well, I'm going to read verse 2. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place, a wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them. For they be all adulterers and assembly of treacherous men. It says, I'm going to just keep going. And they bend their tongues like their bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth. They're not valiant for the truth, but they have been their tongue to support the lies.
Tell all lies.
It says, for they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith Yahweh.
They proceed from evil to evil. They leave off from one evil to immediately partake in another evil.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. Take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother. For every brother will utterly supplant.
See that?
And every neighbor will walk with slanders.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? And that's our people. And this is how we know who the Israelites are and who the Israelites aren't. Because this is what the Israelites are plagued with. And this is not what my Rubin's community is plagued with. So let's just take a look at this. I'm on his wiki page. Let's take a look at this man's life. Now, he's born in 1972, right? Michael Gary Rubin was born July 21st, 1972 in Philadelphia to Paulette and Ken Rubin. His mother was a psychiatrist, and his father was a veterinarian. He was raised in a Jewish family. He grew up in Lafayette Hill, Pennsylvania, where he started a ski tuning shop in his parents' basement when he was 12. And 2 years later, using $2,500 in bar mitzvah gifts as seed capital and a lease signed by his father, he opened a formal ski shop in I don't even know how to say that, Pennsylvania, named Mike's Ski and Sport at 12 years old. No, so like it. Yeah, at 12 years old, he started a business, and at 14 years old, he had brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Right? This is how these people push each other. Right. Look out for each other. You're being told to go to school, and when you turn 18, get the fuck out.
Right.
That's what your parents are telling you. You're 18, get the fuck out of my house. This guy has a fully functioning brick and mortar business at 14 years old because of the support of his parents and his community, because he took the money from his bar mitzvah gift. So that means it's bar mitzvah. So his community came together when he turned 12, or no, when he turned 14. His community came together and gave him a collective of $2,500 that he turned around and utilized to actually open a brick and mortar that he'd been working on for 2 years. Yeah. This is the type of environments that his people are coming up in, and this is what's empowering them to thrive.
And his boss made sure he signed the lease.
He signed a lease for him. Here you go, son. Start your business.
Yeah.
Your parents don't. Your parents are putting shit in your name.
Exactly. Without you knowing. You 7, 8 years old, 9 years old.
And there's stuff in your name.
Got a light bill in your name.
You got a bill in your name. They ain't putting a goddamn thing in their name.
Right.
It's crazy.
I know about that.
You know?
For sure.
Right? So he say, by the age of 16 now, 2 years later, he was $120,000 in debt and was able to settle with his creditors using a $37,000 loan from his father under the condition that he attend college. So his dad gave him 37 grand that he was able to get rid of $120,000 in debt. But this is, number one, why do you think the creditors were willing to only take less than 40 grand, less than a third of the total debt? Because likely his communal people were there and involved with the banks and with the creditors. Exactly. And this led to their leniency and their acceptance of 37,000 cold hard cash, as opposed to that hefty debt. Right? His father in position as a veterinarian. But this is all happening, and this is all possible because of how they deal with each other, because of how important they take community and their collective well-being. Right? Let's keep going. It say, Rubin agreed, continuing to operate his business, which he grew to 5 ski shops before he entered college. This kid from 12 in 6 years, he went from his parents' basement to 5 ski shops because his community was there for him. They didn't tear him down. They wanted to see him excel. Go ahead.
And that 120,000 in debt don't mean it was bad debt either.
Exactly.
It don't make it
probably
bad
was
debt.
expansion other retail shops, inventory, etc.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
That's good debt.
That's good debt. That's debt that,
and they knew it.
That turns around and makes money.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
He attended Villanova University for a semester before dropping out after realizing a large gain on an opportunistic transaction. This involved buying a $200,000 in overstock equipment at a deep discount with $17,000 borrowed from a friend and reselling it at 75 grand. This put him in the game. But you know how he had a friend who could give him 17,000, how he could get a plug on 200 grand in overstock? Because he has a community that cares about each other. A community that wants to see each other win. Simple. Right? Keep going. Using the proceeds from his serendipitous overstock transaction, and after selling his ski shops, the 5 ski shops and all that, he went on and found the athletic equipment closeout company KPR Sports, named after his parents' initials, which bought and sold overstock name brand merchandise. In 1993, the year Rubin turned 21, KPR reached 1 million in annual sales. He was a millionaire at 21 years old because his people wanted to see him win. Right? By 95, reached 50 million. That comes from community. I want you to understand that. That comes from community. In 1995, Rubin purchased 40% of the women's athletic shoe manufacturer Ryka. In 1998, Rubin created an apparel and logistics company, Global Sports Incorporated, which would later turn into GSI Commerce, a multi-billion-dollar e-commerce company. Right. At 38, in 2011, Rubin sold GSI to eBay for $2.4 billion, re-apping a $150 million windfall. As eBay just wanted to order fulfillment business for large retailers, so it could better compete with Amazon, Rubin was able to buy back the consumer business of GSI at a fire sale price. He purchased Fanatics Inc., a licensed sports merchandiser, Grla, a flash seller, and Shop Runner, a retail benefits program. So that's what he did with all the proceeds from GSI. Rubin serves as CEO of Fanatics and as executive chairman on Grla's board. In 2019, it was announced on CNBC that Simon Property Group, right, which they own a lot of the malls. Pretty much all malls are either Simon or Westfield at this point. Yeah. Would team up with Rubin to take their mall inventory online and contribute $280 million to the venture. In December 2020, Shop Runner was sold to FedEx. Rubin has orchestrated partnership deals for Fanatics with more than 900 professional and collegiate league sports and teams, including deals with Nike, the NFL, the MLB, that grant Fanatics the rights to manufacture and distribute all Nike fan gear for both leagues. At the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in early 2020, Rubin shut down a Fanatics NFL uniform manufacturing plant to generate hospital gowns and PPE for frontline workers. In August 2020, he secured $350 million Series E funding for Fanatics that raised the valuation of the company to $6.2 billion. We see this.
You can't take no advice from this guy.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm here to tell you that there's not a black business in this country that has that high of a valuation. No, not one. But the black spending power is bigger than that. Yeah. But there's not one black business that has that high of a valuation right now. You know why? Because community is not being practiced. That's a major reason why the laws of God are not being followed, which force community. I want you to understand that they didn't make this up themselves. They read this somewhere. Let's get Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, real quick. Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 23. It says, "For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life."
It's the way of life. These are the reproofs of the instructions of the Most High God, which is what the word Torah means in the Hebrew instructions. The reproof of instructions are the way of life.
Right.
Our people are not understanding the importance of the way of life that God gave us. But we just showed you a man go from 12 years old with $2,500 to a $6 billion company through, in part, the commandments of life. And I'm going to say that that is the foundation of what propelled him to that level of economic success. Because regardless of anything else, the communal mentality of his people is what drove all of that, is what made his parents confident, is what made those people show up to his bar mitzvah with all those cash gifts, is what had the relationships established from people that he went to synagogue with, people that he went to Hebrew school with, people that his people went to synagogue and Hebrew school with, the unification that they feel of the commonality of the culture that they come from. All of that had everything to do with every step of the way, how he made each move. Dim Gritch, Yahba Shem Yah Shabbat Water for your gracious donation. Each move was predicated upon that. Each and every move, each and every stop from 2,500 to 6.5 billion had everything to do with community. That's something that they understand. So when they come and criticize our community for our lack of community, again, they're pretty qualified in this criticism. Right? Simple. Where we at?
Deuteronomy chapter 4, starting at verse 5.
Read on.
It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments."
God, the Most High God taught his chosen people statutes and judgments. Go ahead.
It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land where you go to possess it."
Is it you supposed to do that? Keep going.
It says, "Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations."
This is our wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations. Go ahead.
"Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people."
Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding. When people see this, they go, surely this is a wise and understanding people.
Exactly.
Right? Go ahead.
It says, "Surely this is a wise and understanding people."
Read on.
"For what nation is there so great, who has God so near unto them, as Yahweh our God is in all things that we call upon him for?"
Read on.
"And what nation is there so great, that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day?"
These are great laws. That's what the nations are going to say when they hear our laws. Well, this nation, Mike Rubin's people, they said it. They said it so much, they said, we're going to become these people.
Yeah, exactly.
Because damn, this sounds good. And damn, this is empowering. And then they began to live this out. And they began to get empowered. And random kids of this community are able to start ski businesses at 12 years old and parlay that into $6.5 billion businesses. You're worried about a 16-pick parlay hitting and getting you rich overnight. These people are parlaying 2,500 into 6.5 billion by leveraging community.
10 leg, 11 leg.
Feel me? They're leveraging community.
Right.
As the commandments of God say.
Right.
When are we going to take a page out of the book? Why are we so offended at their just constructive criticism? Why won't we take a page out of their book when whole time they really took a page out of our book? The book God gave to us. It's called the Bible. Maybe you've heard of it. Right? Get for me. I want to show you this. Get for me. Oh, I got so. What you got?
I got Proverbs chapter 13, verse 18.
Hold it. There's so much I want to do right now. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to go first to the book of Judges 7 and 12. Right? Judges 7 and 12. Let's start there.
Come on. This is the book of Judges, chapter 7, start at the 12th
Yeah,
verse.
Cooper, y'all about Shemal Sharbuck, thought watch the water. Go ahead.
Come on. It says, and the Midianites and the Amalekites and all the children of the east.
All the what?
All the children of the east.
Read on.
Lay along in the valley like grasshoppers for multitude. And their camels were without number, as the sand by the seaside for multitude.
It's important because it establishes the Amalekites as one of the children of the east. They are numbered, they are counted as the children of the east. Now let's get 1 Kings 4 and 30.
Come on, the book of 1 Kings, chapter 4, verse 30. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country.
See that? So it's naming that Solomon's wisdom excelled that of the children of the east because of how wise the children of the east were. It wouldn't be a feat to say you are wiser than people who were unwise. It was because of the renown and wisdom that they had, the reputation that they had for wisdom, that it was notable that his wisdom surpassed theirs. So Amalek is being grouped among the children of the east shows you these are wise people, right? The Amalek, who did it name in Judges 7 again? It named the Midianites and the Amalekites, right? Let's go back to that.
Judges chapter 7, verse
No, back to 1 Kings.
Okay, come on. 1 Kings chapter 4, going back to verse 30. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country and all the wisdom of Egypt. For he was wiser than all men, than Ethan the Ezrahite.
That's it on that, right? He was wiser than those people, right? But those people were known for their wisdom. Let's get Numbers 24 now, about Amalek being first of the nation. So these are wise people, and prophecy is calling them the first, the head of all people.
God, it's the book of Numbers chapter 24, starting at verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations.
Amalek, first of the nations, the chief of the nations, the top group of people. They're wise and they're a top people. Go ahead.
It says Amalek was the first of the nations.
Read on.
But his latter end shall be that he perished forever.
That's his ultimate end. That's his prophetic end. That's his destiny. But in the meantime, what is he? He is chief of the nation.
Right.
He's the top, the most powerful people on the planet Earth. Right. Well, why is that? Let's get Luke 16 and 8.
The book of St. Luke chapter 16, verse 8. And the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely.
Read on.
For the children of this world,
read on,
are in their generation wiser than the children of light.
They become wiser than the children of light, because here we are, the children of light. We have forsaken the light of the Most High.
Right.
We are forsaking, give me Proverbs 6 and 3. We have forsaken the law of the Most High. Meanwhile, the children of this world are looking at those laws and utilizing them to their advantage and empowering their own people.
Right.
Meanwhile, here the children of light are tearing each other down, hating each other. Right? Go ahead.
It's Proverbs chapter 6, verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp and the law is light.
The commandments of the law is light. We are the children of light. This is our law. They seen it with their wisdom and said, wait a minute. They heard it going back to Deuteronomy 4. They heard it and said, oh, now that's we need to do that.
Right.
Let's get these niggas sweet white Jesus.
Right.
And we're going to do that.
Yeah.
And we're going to go from 12-year-olds with businesses and basements to billion-dollar companies.
Right.
And they're going to keep killing each other.
Right.
They're going to keep aborting babies. They're going to keep just voting for Kamala because she's black.
They're going to be beasts.
They're going to just be, they're going to get face tattoos and wear hoodies when it's 100 degrees in Atlanta.
Right. And puff on gas and Zoinkies, whatever them junk called. You know what I'm talking
about? The Nas?
Nah, you know what I'm talking about. I think it is the Nas, dude. Like, what is it called, cuz?
Well, now they're on that Nas now.
Bro, what's up
They're on
with
that
the homies,
Nas,
bro?
man. I remember I seen that Nas years ago when I was a child. I seen Nas people sucking on them balloons. They was paying 25 cents for balloons many years ago. I seen that when I was a child. Couldn't understand. I thought it was helium they were sucking on. They was trying to talk funny.
Bro.
No, they getting high. They killing their brain cells. Remember
Bro.
when people say, kill your brain cells. So they kill your brain.
Kill your brain cells.
They kill you. But what's going on? That's what our people are doing.
They're really doing it, though.
And these people are going, yeah, son, I'm going to get you a brick and mortar. Nowadays, they're going to bypass brick and mortar because it's 2024. You don't need brick and mortar. Nowadays, they're setting their kids up automated Shopify sites, using AI to come and they're getting filthy, rotten, goddamn rich. Filthy rich. And we are destroying, taking something down. Officer, you throw They're seeing real business. Let me tell you something, right? My pops had a business partner, Sephardic Jew, Anthony Moscatel, right?
Yeah.
And this nigga blew my mind. This white man is doing, man, blew my mind the way his mind works. So my dad used to like this. It was when we moved to California. It used to be a pizza place, Carlsbad, California, called That Pizza Place. That's it. That Pizza Place, right? Like when somebody say they that nigga, this was That Pizza Place.
Right.
Right? Dad used to always look going there, whatever. So we go in there, and I'm watching this white man, this Jewish man. We go in there, he just looking around. He starts pricing out the whole place. He said, yeah, they're using paper plates, the dough, boom, the decorations. He calculated the whole business in his mind sitting right there. Yeah. That fascinates someone. I said, I got to start. And now when I go in somebody, that's how I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What does it cost? What is the overhead?
Yeah, exactly.
How can I do this?
Yeah.
It blew my mind, but that's how that nigga whole mind worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember we went to, this nigga used to have so many houses and businesses. We used to go, because he had a music store, but then he had a downtown Seattle. He had a clothing store.
Yeah.
And see, in the year 2000, this is before the World Trade Center. And the year 2000, Seattle, there's a movie about it with Andre 3000 called Battle in Seattle. There was something called the World Trade Organization, because the World Trade Organization building in Seattle, they had the riots there, and they tore his store up in the riots.
Yeah.
He just got the insurance money, closed that down, whatever, just cut his losses on that. But we went to one of his cribs one time. His crib was somewhere, I couldn't even tell you where it was. Somewhere in the hills, they got mudslides, all kind of stuff. Just stupid ass house. Yeah. He's like, yeah, my daddy's got a luxury furniture company. Like just, like they just got all kind of stuff going on. They got all kind of stuff going on. But God damn it, why can't we have that stuff? I want you to understand that there's nothing stopping you from doing at least some semblance of it. Doing something. Like we just started, I got a new business. I took my kids in there. I already got a son in there. Look, here's what we got going on. Look at it. Right? This could be something one day. We gonna be up out of here one day. You see what I'm saying? But we got to be able to see stuff like that. When I was a kid, I saw my friend's big brother selling crack on the corner. You see what I'm saying? So that's now that's what I want to get into. You know what I'm saying? Or rapping, but niggas think it's gonna be crack, rap, or basketball, or sport, or just straight living off a bitch. That's all we're thinking about. So you gotta, man. It's about what we see. So they seeing that. He even thought at 12 years old it was possible for him to do this.
Right.
It's possible for me to start my own ski business in my parents' goddamn basement. He thought it was possible. And he made it happen. So, but this again, it's all community, right? Community. Because I want to tell you, 100 years ago, Black people had businesses. That's a real thing. That's not a make-believe thing, right? But we've gotten away from that. And the scriptures command community. That's what they command. Give me Leviticus 19. I want to read this because I just found out about this concept. And it's a concept that I firmly believe in. I firmly believe in this concept, but I didn't know that they had a term for it, and they explicitly taught it in the Jewish community. And it's a beautiful concept, right? And it comes from the Torah, though. It comes from an observation and a deduction made on the Torah. Let's read.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, start at verse 9.
Read on.
And when ye reap the harvest of your land, you shall not wholly reap the corners of thy field. Neither shall
not that. Give me not verse 9. But that's a good one. But thou shalt not hate.
Okay, come. I'm just because I start reading, I'm like, dang, it tell you gotta leave that for the point.
We're gonna go over that too, though. We're gonna go over that too.
So like, but Leviticus 19 and 17. You shall not hate your brother in your heart.
You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You're not allowed to hate your brother. You have to love your brother. Read on. Who is your brother?
It says, you shall not hate your brother in your heart.
Read on.
You shall in any wise rebuke your neighbor.
Neighbor, go ahead.
And not suffer sin upon him.
Read on.
You shall not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of your people.
Brother, neighbor, children of your people, all interchangeable. Right. That's what it is. Your brother, your neighbor is the children of your people, are the Israelites. Now, understand something. They can take this and apply that to themselves and utilize it to empower themselves. So I want to show y'all this, right? Jewish communal responsibility. Jewish teachings emphasize the responsibility to support others in the community by hiring people for their expertise. One contributes to the economic stability of the community, helping others earn a livelihood. Now, look, it has an ethical implication. Paying for services rather than attempt to do everything oneself fosters economic interdependence and strengthens communal bonds. It's what they believe in. Right. It reflects the principle. This is what their principle is called. Kol Yisrael Evrim Ze Beza, or all of Israel is responsible for one another. And that's where they get that from that law. All of Israel is responsible for one another. So they're looking at each other, understanding that they are all they have in this world, and they are responsible for one another's well-being and success and prosperity. So they go out of their way to help each other there. Right. And now look at where they are. Now there's a Mike Rubin that can go from 2,500 to 6.5 billion. Go ahead.
And it's a lot. You think about the messages that's being taught within Christian churches, this prosperity doctrine, but it's primarily for the benefit of the gluttony of the actual pastor. But they go to synagogue and get read that. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's a completely different paradigm, bro.
And then think about this. In Christianity, you are instructed to shun people for their contrary beliefs.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, you have an atheist sitting in synagogue. You'll have an atheist sleeping at kabod, and he still get fed. He still get treated right because they're looking at it ethnically. They're looking at the ethnic well-being. They're looking at, they said all of Israel is responsible for one another, encouraging mutual support within the community. That's what we're supposed to have. Go ahead. Well, of course, but but it's their wise deduction that we're going into. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Their wise deduction that we're going into. With their wisdom, they're supposed to hear our laws and say, that's a great idea.
Right.
That's what any nation of people is supposed to do. And that goes back to this famous Dan Richard clip.
Right.
You saying we the real, okay, what do I remember years ago, a brother, shout out my brother Asar out there in California. He calls me, he's arguing with this Sudanese man at his job site. He's doing security. The Sudanese man is doing security. Right. So we come on down there and he's arguing with the Sudanese and we the real Jews. And he just said, okay, show me.
Yeah.
Not like pull out the Bible verse, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm saying show me. Right. He said, we go in the Bible, we read about you give tithes and we send a portion of our check back to Sudan. Yeah. That's how we apply it. We send a portion of our check back to Sudan to get the next nigga to come over here. That's how we applying that to us. So you show me what you're doing. That's actually living what's in the book. Because we're not supposed to just be reading the book now, y'all. You know that, right? We're supposed to be living what's in the book. But like Officer Ariala just said in the chat, the curses are so real. And this is how we know who's who. Get that Deuteronomy 28 real quick. And then we're going to go back to Leviticus 19 because we got to see it. Their deduction, we have to understand some people got mad when we use the Talmud as a source sometimes. But it's not that we endorse the teachings or the authors, but there are deductions and readings of the Torah that are made that are indisputable. There are also historical facts in there that are indisputable. We utilize it as a source. We don't even have to agree with it, right? But we can grab things up out of there. Ariella was so cold. He looked at us. He said, man, prove it. You the Jews, show me. Show me. I don't want to break down, nigga. Don't talk to me. How are y'all living this thing out? That's the question. And a lot of our people in the truth, in this community, still want to be Christians. They still want to be Christians. Oh, they still want to be Americans. I see a community of Hebrew Israelites who are nothing but American Christians.
Right.
That's it. Y'all don't want to do what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Y'all don't want to live this thing out. Y'all want to make every excuse. Y'all don't want to, y'all hate order. A lot of y'all, man. Right? And you wonder how Mike Rubin, 2,500 to 6.5 billion. Right? He wasn't making excuses. He doesn't see himself as an American, as a Christian American. He sees himself as a Jew. And a Jew gonna look out for a Jew. A yid is a yid, as they say. Right? Yeah, a yid is a yid is a yid, man. You know? Go ahead.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 21, verse 54.
Yeah.
Verse 54, it says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother. That's what Mike Rubin is talking about. He's confused about what's going on, but what's happening is we're affected by the curses as being the actual chosen people. Now, Ariella, it's funny you would say this. My brother Ariella, Officer Ariella, says niggas don't really support each other. Let me show y'all something, right? Let's go here. What's this? HIBofficialzion.com.
Right.
So this is a Bible that Ariella worked painstakingly for years to compile, a for and by the Israelites Bible. Every one of us should have this book.
Yeah.
If we were Jewish and he was Jewish, everybody would have this book.
Right.
And you wonder how they're up. Everybody would have this book. Everybody.
Right.
If we were them. Everybody. And guess what? Let's look at the price point. Let me see. What's the price point he got on there? Guess what? 120, they wouldn't have batted a goddamn eye.
Right.
Because they would have understand that 120 to their brother is more important than how it would affect their ability to do what they want to do.
Exactly.
Israel only has Israel. All Israel is responsible for each other. Right? That's the principle that they are living by based off of Leviticus 19, which we just was reading. Everybody would have this. It would be no question about it. Everybody would have this. Like Princess Erica, she said she most definitely got hers early and she's broke, but she prioritizes. They make putting each other on and lifting each other up a priority. All Mike Rubin is saying, yes, I'm here to defend the Jewish man today. I'm here to speak good and compliment Jewish people today. Right? All he's saying is, I hate that you guys don't do it. I hate it. Because here's the cold thing. I guarantee a lot of y'all that since this has been released, you have spent $120 on bullshit. You spent more than that, but at least $120 that you could have withheld and purchased the brother's book. Right? Or there's more, but wait, there's more. Let's go to CZY.network. You niggas got Netflix can keep going up on you when they feel like it. Hulu gonna go up on you when you feel like it. Right. Niggas asking you $15 a month to support an Israelite streaming service. That's too much.
Right.
That's too much. Okay, I said, okay. All right, I got something for him. I got Grla TV $5 a month. That's it. That's too much, man. Right? But every other streaming service, you niggas are watching it.
Right.
You're watching it.
Every bag of candy you buy.
It's $5.
You gonna buy that candy.
Listen. Hey, listen, but look, to hell with the candy and the pack of gum, because I know what you niggas is really gonna spend your money on, some alcohol.
Right.
Because that would kill me about this community. This community be drunk.
They be drunk, huh?
They be on a beer. They be having liquor.
God.
Right?
Where they even can't put the $5?
Drunkards. But they ain't got 5. They ain't got 15. They ain't got 120 for the Bible. That's a one-time 120. Right? Life in shambles. They ain't got no council money.
Right.
Life in shambles.
That's real life, though.
Life in shambles.
And them folks is paying top dollar for therapy, for sure. They gonna go get some therapy.
Oh, my God.
That's crazy.
And that's the reality. But you know what? They understand community.
Yeah.
And if you understood community and you loved your people and you were the Israelite you said you were, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Right.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 24. There is that scatters and yet increases. And there is that withholds more than is meet, but it tends to poverty.
Definitely keep that through our driver line. Right, break it down.
It says there is that scatters and yet increases. It's like you said, if you would just be willing to just disperse your money here and there, you think it's causing a problem in your life. You think it's causing a problem to your finances, but in reality, it's actually increasing. That's the next verse.
There you go.
It says,
I live my life.
There is that withholds more than is meet. Right? You trying to save, you trying to prevent yourself from assisting another brother, and you thinking that's gonna help you. Oh, if I just I'm gonna keep this 120 for myself, right? And you withhold more than is meet, but it tends to poverty. The Most High see your spirit, and the decision you made, the choice you made went out of a lack of faith, and so it just tends to more poverty for you. Most High gonna still make you have a bag with holes. Verse 25: the liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that waters shall be watered also himself.
See that? He that waters shall be watered. Right? He that waters shall be watered.
Right.
The principle of sowing seeds. He that waters shall be watered. Exactly. You water somebody else, somebody's gonna come along and water you.
You gotta have the faith.
You gotta do it in faith.
You gotta do it liberally. Like you say, you gotta do it just freely, just
You see what I'm saying? But the problem, give me who riches are not comely for. Please. Because that's what, again, and I cursed y'all out a few months ago about this.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 14, verse 3. It says, riches are not comely for a niggard.
So let's look up that word. It says a stingy, ungenerous person.
Right.
You see that? So you ain't never, if you stingy, Most High is never going to increase you for being stingy.
Right.
He waters who waters.
Exactly.
He loves a cheerful giver.
Right.
See that? And this is something and a principle that they understand and they practice with each other all day long. Right. They practice with each other all day. They prioritize each other. They love each other in action and in deed all day long. Meanwhile, what in the hell are we doing? The site for the HIB, Ariella will put it in the chat here momentarily.
That's a lot. It's cold because it's saying, watch this. It says, riches are not comely for a niggard. And what should an envious man do with money? Right? That envious man, what's that? That's that guy with the evil eye. If you bound under that curse and you got that evil eye towards your brother, you with money ain't gonna do no good because you're gonna act niggardly with it towards your own people.
That's right.
What good is an envious man with money, bro?
It's not good at all. You don't deserve it.
What about generational wealth?
They don't even understand nothing about no generational wealth, right? If you want some generational wealth, give me what a wise man shall leave for his children. Y'all don't even understand about y'all love black people that love to say generational wealth, right? Niggas find a good giver and take advantage of them. Be the Christian, exactly, right? what was I going to say? Generational wealth. Our people don't understand about generational wealth. They use it as a buzzword, and they think generational wealth means money to go on trips. And that's not what generational wealth has ever meant at all. Generational wealth is just that. It's for your future generations. It's not for you. Can we start there? It's not for you. Generational wealth is not for you. Right? Go ahead.
Yep. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22. It says, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children.
See that? That's generational wealth. An inheritance for your grandkids is generational wealth. And you obtain that simply. You don't have to have anything right now. You don't have to own a home. You don't have to have any assets. You don't have to have any liquid. All you need is an insurance policy.
Yeah.
And that's how you leave something for your children and their children. Through an insurance policy. Right? So don't worry. We're going to be talking about insurance soon. We're going to be plugging. We're going to offer insurance to the nation. Right? My elder priest Kahan been on years. He's been preaching about insurance, life insurance. So don't worry. We're going to offer an insurance, some insurance policies for the nation. We're going to work with you. Right? We good. How many states we good in? 48 states? We good in 48 states. Everywhere but Illinois and Chicago. I mean, Illinois and California, man, there's too many murders. Too many murders. All right. Life expectancy is too low. No, I'm playing. But we good in 48 out of the 50 states. Are we good in Puerto Rico? U.S. Virgin Islands? No?
No, we got to be there.
We good in 48 of the 50 states. You need that life insurance. You don't know what's going to happen.
If they hear it, then yeah.
Right.
So they hear it. I can only say that legally on camera.
If they hear it?
If they hear it, yeah.
You mean like if somebody from the PR is here?
Yeah.
Okay, all praise.
If you're in person.
It had to be in person.
Yeah.
Okay.
According to the state laws.
According to state regulations.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. So we're gonna be offering some insurance here for y'all. We're gonna be offering some other. A lot of people credit. A lot of people get gouged on this credit. I got a girl in this truth that I'm working with doing amazing jobs, getting anything knocked off of that credit for a low price. This sister, so she's running everything down to me, right? So of course I try her out first before I put anybody else on her. But she's running everything down to me, and she's explaining, because some of y'all are getting y'all credit fixed, they're charging you $500, $800, $1,500, $2,500. And she explains to me that it's actually illegal for somebody to charge you that much. She tell me the limits. You can't charge somebody more than $200 for credit repair. Yeah. That's in the actual legal reg. This girl would be reading the Congress, the bill. She's on top of everything, right? So she told you can't really actually legally charge somebody more than $200 to fix their credit, no matter what it is, right? So she ran it all down. She's been giving my stuff in grace. She's been getting stuff knocked off, all kind of stuff. So I've been working some things behind the scenes as far as that credit and as far as with this insurance as well. Getting ready to close on this great policy with Chief Regional Officer Nakamai here. So we want to offer that to the nation, just for anybody who is, it's just like anything else we offer, right? If you want to do it, we have it available. And if you are nation-minded, that's what you would be. Because I want you to understand something, right? There's a movie you should go watch. It's based on a true story, starring Nicolas Cage. It's called Lord of War. Amazing movie about an arms dealer. Nicolas Cage plays an arms dealer. If I'm not mistaken, it's based on a true story. Let me verify. Hold on. I want to verify. There it is. Good film, right? Let's see. He could have. He may have. Production release. Maybe this isn't a true story. Historical accuracy. Okay. Publications report that Yuri is based on 5 criminal arms dealers. Okay. One name of Victor Bout, a Russian arms dealer, as a specific source of inspiration. Okay. Yuri shares characteristics with Bout, and several events in Lord of War mirror actions attributed to him. For example, both men held the nickname Merchant of Death, sold weapons to both sides of the same conflict, and traveled with multiple passports, among other similarities. So, but there's a couple other people too, right? The whole point is, in this movie, it shows you, you know how he gets on? He's Jewish, and he goes to synagogue to meet his plug. See, so what people don't understand is how these people operate. is they'll go to synagogue, and that's the community unifier. And as soon as service is done, they get to talking business with each other. They get to making connections there, right? Our people are not utilizing our, our congregations as central locations to do more with each other as well. It's just not. But that's what everybody else is doing, right? So I just want to encourage our people to understand this, to take a note and to truly accept the constructive criticism that Mike Rubin is given here on the Breakfast Club, and understand that we need to operate like that. That's how the Most High God wants us to operate with each other as his chosen people. That is keeping and following the Torah, straight up and down, right? And right here on the bottom, you see it. You can get on Gorilla TV or CZYN, donation links, etc. Right? But go ahead.
Yeah, this book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 18. It says, poverty and shame shall be to him that refuses instruction.
Right? That's all that's coming. And that's what our people are in right now, poverty and shame.
Right.
Because we are refusing instruction.
Exactly.
That's the problem. We just keep refusing instruction. Simple, right? Where we at? Let's get back in Leviticus 19.
We'll go back up to verse 9.
Yes, sir.
God, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 9. It says, and when you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not wholly reap the corners of your field, neither shall you gather the gleanings of your harvest. And you shall not glean your vineyard, neither shall you gather every grape of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and stranger.
All of Israel is responsible for each other. See that? Don't take everything. There's going to be poor people that's going to come. They're going to need to eat that. So you just leave them edges out for them. See how the Most High had a welfare system set up in the Torah? You see how that works? All praise to the Most High. Because all of Israel is responsible for each other. And that's a motto that we have to live by. That's what we have to understand, because that's what's empowering the people who are going around. See, again, it's one thing to say we the real Jews.
Exactly.
Okay, and like that Jewish man said, okay, man, we'll just do what God says, man.
Yeah, exactly.
God, he just we do that. No, you don't. No, you don't, King. Olivia, what is your Cash App? I can look for you now. Shout out to the brother, Hebrew Israelite Jews Nation. Just got that. And other ones as well. If it's under your name, Olivia, let me look. Olivia. You gotta let me know what it's under, so Olivia ain't pop up. There you go. Call Yasharal Akaya, Yasharal. The water for giving us that in that paleo.
God.
In that Lasha one. But gun, what do you mean? You said what?
We get back over it though.
Yeah, let's get back over there while we wait on Sister Olivia. Go ahead.
It says, you shall leave them for the poor and stranger. I am Yahweh your God. Jumping down to verse 13. It says, you shall not defraud your neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with you all night until the morning.
Yeah, you got to make that payment, man. I be rushing to make that payment sometime.
Sure.
Right? I be, I got to pay this, brother, man. Sun is going down. I got to pay this since the sun is going down. Right? I remember I was having my kid's cousin watch them for a couple months. I was making sure, even if she was spending out having to pay her before the sun go down, you got to keep these commandments, man. Right? You know why? Because you need your money. The white man invented you got to wait 2 weeks to get your money. That satanic thing. You need money today. You work today, you should be paid today. Simple, right? Go ahead. That's on that?
Yeah. I'll jump back down to verse 16, 17.
Oh, praise. Right. Let's definitely reach out to Nakamai on Instagram. He'll get you started on them life insurance quotes. We definitely we gonna get that together on. See, I'm gonna tell y'all something on that Gorilla.tv and in that Chief Chat and on that Discord too. You ready to get this Discord back going? I'm gonna be offering different things like this, putting y'all on with brothers like Nakamai with the life insurance, sisters like the Credit Girl I got. So y'all just pay attention, man, because until this place gonna be destroyed, until then we gotta maintain. Simple. We gotta maintain until then. Let's see if there was a little bit more on this with Mike Rubin before we transition.
For everyone to do great is to push each other up. Okay, I'm always pushing everyone around me. It's why I spend, you know, a quarter of my days helping other people because I want them to do great. And by the way, it's why people always, if you think about this, no one ever came at me.
You heard what he just said?
What?
He kind of like snuck it in, but he said, and by the way, it's my people always. This is exactly what he said.
Let's go.
Around me. It's why I spend, you know, a quarter of my days helping other people because I want them to do great. And by the way, it's why people always, if you think about this,
he snuck in.
No one ever came at me before last year. Okay, last year we had the bunny hops you brought up. You brought up the
hugging little baby from the back.
Right. Okay, which are each completely made up. None of these things had any real, you know, they weren't real. They were made up to hurt people. Okay, yet everyone still comes out for me because they're real, authentic relationships, and I want to help everyone in everywhere I can. So to me, if I could say one thing, let's everyone go out with a positive energy, try to make everyone do great around us and build people up. Let's not try to bring people down. You don't do better by taking your competition down. You do better by pushing everyone up together. You want all the wind behind your back.
So when you see black people tearing other black people down in your mind, you'd be like, I would never do business with that person because of how they treat their own people.
Well, I don't see, I don't really see the people I'm around tearing people down. What I see is the conversations that we have about, people tearing, you know, trying to tear them down. And I think, like, you know, even if
Meek brings that up a lot.
Meek doesn't bring it up a lot, but I'll bring it up to Meek and be like, look, when you grow up the way Meek did, you grow up the way Baby did, like, these guys are tough. Okay. You know, you grow up, you didn't even think you were going to make it to the age you are today. You're coming out of a, you know, pretty violent background. You know, I think you feel fortunate, but I think the reality is, like, they're aware that, you know, there's a lot of hate that comes with their success. Even if, like, someone's trying to get out, I grew up in a ruthless environment and, you know, I'm trying to improve the people that are around me. It's like, then the people that, you know, you grew up with, they're mad. They want to take you down because you don't have the same people around you. How about?
I mean, what's the problem here? I'm going to stop him when he get the line.
Right.
He ain't lied yet.
You want to grow and you expand, and doesn't mean you don't want to help the people around you. I mean, Meek does so much for his community, you know, a completely different situation, but Baby does so much for his community. Like, so that whole thing really does bother me because I think it's wrong. And I think it's culturally hurting the outcome of the black community. I think
he's wrong for that.
Yeah, bro. Folks just be talking, bro. Folks just want to be contrarians, just cause. Hold on. Yeah, watch this. Sirach 32, I'm going to start at verse 17. It says, a sinful man will not be reproved, but finds an excuse according to his will. It says, a man of counsel will be considerate, but a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear, even when of himself he has done without counsel. All the time, everything y'all do is without counsel, and y'all don't got the ability to just even be considerate of what this man is saying. If you had any bit of counsel in your mind, you would understand, okay, this man got some sense. Let me at least be considerate of what he's saying. At least we can hear what he's saying and actually extract the understand, okay, yeah, he ain't saying nothing wrong. But because majority of the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American community is full of sin and full of envy and full of niggardry, and a lack of accountability on the stuff that y'all do, y'all gonna try to nitpick at the fact that it's his ethnic background saying what's being said instead of what he's actually saying.
And also not realizing the unfortunate fact that our people are more prone to listen to him than we are to ourselves. So Dr. Umar could get up here and say this, and our people not take heed more so than this guy, Mike Rubin. You see what I'm saying? So to me, this is an outside observation that I think has much validity, and we should take it to heart, and we should turn it into action. This should motivate us and propel us into action, as opposed to, you know, being serial victims.
Exactly.
Because this is just another issue where we can go, oh, we're the victim now again, right? And we've been the victim of so much real things. We don't need to play the victim when there is no crime.
Exactly.
No need to do that. Let's take this in stride, and let's take a page out of their book, who took a page out of our book, and be communal and push each other up and stop tearing each other down. It's that simple, right?
It would be much better if everyone tried to push each other up.
Are there examples of that in the white community?
Let's keep it. Look. I'm not.
He's not in the white community. He is white, but he's in a segment, a sector of the white community, an elite one, known as the Jewish community, right? So he doesn't have to. I mean, of course, he does business with plenty of the white people,
right?
But white people are so broad.
Yeah, that's a bias.
It's broad, right? He comes from a specific people.
I'm Jewish. I'm not remotely religious.
Okay. I'm not in the white community. I'm Jewish.
Nigga, get it straight.
Not in the white community.
Okay, we got our own thing going on over here. Right. We're white, but we got our own thing going on over here. Simple. So don't get it twisted. This is how we operate together.
Yeah, you got hawk or eat.
You're a hockey either, and I'm not a hawk.
Yeah, right.
I'm from Philly, not Atlanta. He's from Philly, for real, right? Spiritual.
The Jewish community. Are there examples?
I'm not remotely religious. Okay, it's just who I am.
So stop that. He's not remotely religious, but the seed money he got at his bar mitzvah is what propelled him to $6.5 billion. You see that?
Right.
You see how that works? They don't have to be religious. Right. They don't have to believe the same thing to get money with each other and to empower each other. They just have to be the same ethnic group. Simple. When is that going to be enough for us? That's the question.
I've never had it. Okay. But the hate toward Jewish people now, it's horrible. And it does not affecting it. I feel more bad for like my daughter. You know, you see like, you know, she's going to USC next year. And like you have, you know, you have situations where people can't even get into their college because they're, Cornell in New York City, not in New York City, Columbia in New York City, literally couldn't even control and make it safe for Jewish students to be there. Like, why is this good? This is horrible. Like, we all want to bring people together. By the way, why do I want to do Fanatics Fest? Because I want to bring tens of thousands of sports fans together. Why is sports great? Because it brings community together. Hate is bad. Any type of hate sucks.
Yeah, and he got it in there. You made sure to get it in there. He gonna get it because I'm looking at this shirt like, man, there's a Fanatics Fest. Yeah. It's a dope shirt.
Yeah.
I want the shirt.
Yeah.
What is this Fanatics Fest? I want to buy. I want to go to there and I want to buy. You know how much stuff I get on Fanatics?
Yeah.
You know how much Fanatics is in my house, in my closet, right this second? I got so much for. I gave him Michael Rubin so much money, but guess who else I give money to? Guess who else I make sure to do business with? Hebrew Israelites. Oh, I made sure I just did that video that we played. We getting on Famous Richard. I'm showing you, hey, TSF tassels.
Yeah.
Karaj just came out with that. Officer Karaj out there in Sicarii, Central Valley. I made sure to plug in. People are buying those bust down seats off the shelf right now. Right? Hebrew Israelite clothing car I got on right now. All right. Which is the legacy of Officer Danielle I got on my chest right now.
God.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm not just giving Michael Rubin money. I'm gonna make sure to circulate that Israelite dollar every time. Are you gonna make that your priority? Because you give everyone else your goddamn money. For sure. For damn sure. Right? Where we at? Listen on that? He's making this about something. He's making this about him now. All right?
Oh, yeah, he is changing.
He's making it about him. I feel you.
Yeah.
Make it about you. And we're gonna make it about us. Each and every time. Do remember, Gorilla TV is $5 a month. All right? I post them, post them videos on the damn YouTube before they, you know what I'm saying? Tens of thousands of views. Hey, look, $5 a month. Come on over to Gorilla.tv. Right. Trust and believe you me. We unloaded there. Seasonwine.net, where we got even more stuff over there at the $15 price point, including Deacon content and so much, a backlog of years of content. Season Wayne been out now 3 years. 3 years worth of content on there. Right. Now, for you to go look at, right? And y'all see it right there up on Isaiah, right there. See that? Salakia, they can see it. Boom. Okay, follow me. Boom. Join. Boom.
I got you.
Join. Boom. Donation links. Boom. But we're gonna open up for Q&A. I want to get some counsel. We got a brother. Where is Tazalium at? Tazalium has been doing a great thing where he's been giving brothers counsel based on the root words of the Hebrew names.
Yeah. They strong, huh?
Off they strong, but also I'm gonna show you something because I done gave people counsel off their name based off of what their parents named them. And that's something the elder showed me many years ago. Something called an omen nomen in the spirit of the Most High. Omen nomen in the spirit of the Most High. Right? D Hart said, with $1 a day, we keeping our community in a good way. Hey man, like my brother Sid for the Peace always said, a whole bunch of ones beats a whole bunch of nuns. Whole bunch of ones beats a whole bunch of nuns.
We taking questions, family. We taking questions.
Yeah, but we open for Q&A, man. So go ahead and post your questions. Right? Masada, all praise Yahweh by Shemi Al-Shai, coming in at that's SICARRI Dallas at the $2 drive, right? Welcome to the Tacoma Dome. Yak, look at Yak. Yak already got the short made. Powerful brother. Yak Wayam out there, SICARRI, Philly. Shout out to the whole SICARRI propaganda machine.
God.
King Gaturi got a good point. How much we gonna spend on them scratch offs? Trying to hit the number. We know our people. Oh, we know our people. Right, but yeah, man, come on. But say Forrest, let's take a look at your name. Let's take a look at your name if we could see any indications of it. Now, I don't know y'all, some of y'all. Not Forrest Gump. Forrest definition and meaning. Oh, the people who had the these are people. Yeah, it just means a forest, as I suspected. A forest. People who lived in or near the woods. And McCloud means son of the cloud. So that's heavy. That son of the cloud. Shows how easy it is to control everything. We just follow the commandments, treat each other with true love and not fake shit. And a righteous rebuke with no effeminate weirdos. Simple. It's simple. Colin, you got it. Dalen Cooper. Let's take a look. Dalen. You know, and everybody can do this. Hold on, let me show y'all. Everybody can do this. You know, you could just you may or may not get insight into, you know, because we understand the Most High is in control of everything. So, you know, he compelled your parents, whether you know it or not, to name you whatever they named you. Dalen means little blind one, Lord in Christ. Broad, free spaces in the Turkic language. Masculine, former Dalen. It has both Irish, it has origins both Irish and Haitian. Wow, interesting. Dalen. Hold on, your last name is Cooper though, right? Barrel maker. The little blind one, Lord in Christ. From blind, Dal meaning blind. Interesting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got memberships now. Princess Erica Yabashima Shabbat on this channel. I've been thought, to be honest with you, I've been thought we had memberships on here a long time ago. A long time ago. But yeah, the most I go. I've been at set up, but I had them all the way set up, and then YouTube sent me an email like, "Hey man, you get X amount of subs, we're gonna give you a major bonus." So I want to encourage everybody to sign up for the subs. All praise to the Most High. A question, Revelation 1:8. When Yahushua says, "I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending," was this Yahweh speaking through Yahushua? Get Revelation 1:18 so I could answer that. I mean 1:8 rather. Let me get the context, because there's a quote, and there's one where Yahushua is saying it himself.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 8. It says, I'm going to start up with verse 7. Verse 7 says, "Behold, he comes with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, saith the Lord, which is, and which was, and which is to come."
Right, go ahead.
Almighty.
Keep going on that.
It says, "I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom and patience of Yahushua HaMashiach."
It say what?
And in the kingdom and patience of Yahushua HaMashiach. Was in
Colin, Daniel, Israel, do me a favor. Do not come in my class and ask me about what you heard from another camp in another class. If you want clarification, you go ask Bishop Nathaniel that question. Don't come and say Bishop Nathaniel said that. That's called whispering.
Yeah.
If you want understanding on a verse, you just ask us about the verse. You don't have to put people's name in it. That's sowing a discourse, stirring up strife, etc. I done had to get on niggas about that for years. Right? Let's go back on that. Colin, what if you're gracious support? Continue in gracious support.
Revelation chapter 1, read verse 8 again. It says, "I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending."
That's right.
Saith Yahweh. Well, it says the Lord.
Says what?
The Lord.
Okay, go ahead.
Which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty.
Okay, go ahead.
"I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation, and in the kingdom and patience of Yahushua HaMashiach, was in the isle that is called Patmos."
See that? Right, behold, he come call Ariashia, boom, even so. Okay, go ahead.
Because the second one coming up. It says, "For the word of God and for the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach. I was in the spirit on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book, and send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea."
So is it on that?
Yeah.
Okay, boom. And that goes into, of course, Yahushua, right, showing up.
Exactly.
Right, he turns around to see who's talking. That's Yahushua. So this Yahushua speaking here.
The first one.
Right. You said the first one is a quote of the Most High, right? Either way, they are both what's called statements of incompatibility. That's all they are, right? It's not literal. Like there's nobody else before or after me. No, it's basically saying I'm that nigga. Nobody can mess with me in modern terms. Shalom, Sister Charmy. Shout out Yabashim Yashabakata Water for joining the channel. Right. Daniel, I understand, but it's important that I emphasize and correct that type of question ahead of time, because that's what happens, right? People go, oh, this camp told me this, or this brother told me this, or this guy told me this. Again, if you have a question about a topic or a scripture, just ask simply about that scripture for clarity. See that? But you good to go, right? But for those y'all watching, Chief Dome takes super chat. I believe there's some form of donation on the Rumble as well.
It's like a super chat.
Same thing on Rumble. If not, there's the donation links below. Let me plug this too real quick while we wait on the question.
It's another one.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Ephraim Israel says, Shalom Alakim. Does David have woolly hair according to 1 Samuel 19 and 13?
David has hair like a goat. He has goat hair. Pursuant to that, so I would say no. Go ahead.
It says goat's hair in verse 13.
Yeah, he's got hair like a goat, not like a sheep. It's like a goat. So you do have to remember that David has a grandmother that's a Moabite.
Right.
We know how the Moabite's hair is. That's what weave is made out of. Moabite hair, right? Supplanter Yabashim Yashabakata Water for joining. Do remember as well, support your Hebrew Israelite streetwear, right? UrbanGrilla.com, URBNGRLA.com. And we got everything you need. We got everything you need over here at UrbanGrilla.com, from the clothes to the hats to the smell goods, etc. Get over here at UrbanGrilla.com, man. Support Israelite business as you're supposed to, really as you commanded to. Sister Katrina, Yabashim Yashabakata Water. That's right, Sister Olivia. Dang, Israel, shout out to the 313. I was supposed to go this month. I intended to go to Detroit and Houston this month, but Most High had other plans. Man plans, God laughs, as they say. So wasn't able to get out there. A lot going on, but all praises. Make sure you pray for us and you just wait patiently. It's the first summer I go to Detroit in some time, or Houston. Houston I'll go to in the wintertime. Detroit, I will not. Not going up there. But I'll be there in spirit. Mad I missed the Riverwalk this year. You say that because in every image they have him with woolly hair, and every image is over 1,000 years after he was alive. The book say what it say. Judah, man, Yabashim Yashabakata Water for your continued support, my brother. Ooh, we definitely not upstate New York. When it comes to not eating blood, when we eat fried chicken, after it's done, do we need to scrape off the fried blood in the veins and bone marrow, lingering on the? Just cook it. You cook it, the blood gonna be out.
Talking about in the bone marrow. Who's eating the bone?
Patience.
True.
In the bone marrow. The blood
you want to get that marrow. You want to get that marrow.
Eat the marrow. Wow.
That's good. Get that marrow out. Yeah.
That's what y'all done.
It's good for you.
I heard.
Okay.
Good vitamin C. Look at this on her.
You know, I like. Hey, look, Soprano. I like to eat that. Go to KFC, get a bucket of what's that bucket? What's it called at KFC?
I ain't at KFC.
Not original, the other one. That extra crispy. Cook the hell out of KFC. Fine, come on, Cesar. You know what I'm saying? We got that in common. I get that family bucket, extra crispy. Man, I'm good to go. I'm good to go on that. I'm looking now like, man, is this bad boy open? Take a look at this one right here. Jonesboro Road. Take a look. Questions.
Yeah, look at these questions, man.
I know y'all
the
need
likes up too, man. Likes and shares up. Look at the likes and shares up. Try to get the chief dome into the algorithm as much as possible.
Where it's supposed to be. When this thing closes. I get a whole bunch. I'll get a whole bucket. Right now, I promise you. I'm trying to see if they close at 11. It's not telling me they close at 11. I said they ain't telling me they close at 11. That's something I need to know. To hell with all that, I need that real deal. Where that family meal?
4 pound, keeping it real. Yes, we do have a camp in Miami.
Got a whole school in Miami, praise the Lord. Come visit us.
Danny Longwolf said, peace, everyone. What's the purpose for looking down at fringes and tassels to remember the law versus than having the Holy Spirit in you to remind us of the law and what the Messiah said?
The Messiah wore fringes. And he had the Holy Spirit without measure. Nigga, what make you think you ain't got to?
Right.
That's my final answer. Yeah, I wish I had on fringes. And you think you got the Spirit more than him.
Yeah.
That what you telling me?
I think he a new creature. That's the problem.
He think he a new creature. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. You know? That's the problem right there.
You got it. And brother, you know, like you say, you know, the spirit is willing, but the flesh be weak sometimes. You're still bound to the everlasting chains.
Everlasting chains, man.
Don't forget that.
You know, Clive Wolf said, I just showed my girlfriend a video of Watchmen of Israel, and she said, I'm not no Israelite. She low-key hurt me because she's Mexican. Brother, you showed her a video of Watchmen for Israel. And you know, them brothers be out there flaming at that Baltimore, that harbor.
Okay.
She wasn't ready
Yeah.
for all of that power. Right? You shouldn't have showed her that. Instead, you should start watching. You should keep watching the videos. You should learn, and you should go ahead and give her the medicine in very small infant-sized doses, brother. First mistake was you showed her. You got a microdose. People be microdosing. You know, she ain't ready to trip, bro. She need a microdose. Okay, so don't that's a huge pill for her to swallow.
Right.
And you know, my brother Laquan and Amos out there. That's a lot for her.
God.
Okay. You know, you come get the information, you just bring it back.
Right.
Very powerful like it. Right? She wasn't ready for all that power. You know, we just gonna give her a small dose. Hey, like Brother Osh said, give her a truth IVI.
Oh my God.
She ain't ready for this whole thing.
You need electrolytes first, man.
Dude, look at this brother. Do brothers overstand? As soon as a nigga say overstand, you already know it's a BS is gonna follow.
God, man.
Do you brothers overstand? Coming out of America represents correcting your legal status here. Your straw man name on your birth certificate. Another scam that I've been hearing for over a decade. Ain't seen a nigga with a corrected status yet. Ain't seen any of that work ever.
Right.
Miss me. I'm not new to this.
So I ain't seen a sovereign plate yet. So they get the sovereign license plate. I ain't seen it. Correcting your status legally here is what coming out of America means. Imagine that.
You know, imagine that. And that's just a way to give him $250 to use some paperwork that means shit.
Coming out
that's made a
America.
PDF file.
Keep staying here. Just adjust your documentation.
They're gonna send you a YMCA equivalent ID. I know these scams for years.
God.
I've been heard about them. Watch this. I'm gonna show y'all something. This used to be having us bugged out. We used to think this was something. We used to think this was something. Hold on, look at this. Look at this, brother. This shit don't mean nothing. Hold on.
Are you talking about the nigga?
This right here. You need to start.
As a constitutionally, yes, you have a constitutional oath to uphold the Constitution now.
You misunderstand procedure. I will attempt to explain it to you.
Objection.
The documents that you want are not documents that are in the court's file at this point in time.
Objection,
I don't know if they would ever be in the court's file at this point in time.
Notice he's objecting and she just keeps talking. Right? Meaning what? All of that BS means nothing. Listen, Clive, brother, watch this. This has not been failing lately. Clive, how long have you been in the truth, my brother?
That's not my problem, man.
Absolutely, it's your problem.
It's your problem. This thing ain't even filing the right paperwork. That's the whole problem here.
No, that's
your
not my
position
problem.
is that you want them from the prosecutor, and you have requested them from the prosecutor.
That's right.
Judah, man, yeah, you missed the topic, Ak. You missed the topic.
And the prosecutor has failed to give them to you.
That's right.
You can make the appropriate application to the court, and you can say to the court, I've asked for them.
Hold on, Colin. He doesn't cook her. He doesn't do anything, actually. I knew it. Z, I knew it. He's been in the truth for how long? 1 year. It keeps being brothers who've been in the truth for 1 year telling me their wife don't want to listen to him. Brother, because she don't even believe you. You need to really hear what y'all need to do. Go get in a camp. Go get raised up in this truth. Go come learn what this is about. I want y'all to see me. I was in the truth 2.5 years before I finally got with a camp. And when I got in the camp, that first 6 months with a camp, outdid all of the 2.5 years that preceded it by myself. Simple. So understanding that you are by yourself, you think you're downloading this information properly, you think you are dispensing it properly, and frankly, King, you're not, right? So she's not hearing all that. Plus, it ain't been long enough for her to take you seriously, brother, right? I know you're watching daily, but you have to exercise. Give me the scripture about having your senses exercised, right? No, I'm talking about, what is that? Having this, was it Hebrews 5? Having your senses exercised.
Hebrews chapter 5, we're going to start at verse 12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as have need of milk, and not of strong meat. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. It says, but strong meat belongs to them that are of a full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
Having senses exercised. So your senses aren't exercised just because you watch videos every day. You're taking in information. Give me knowledge, pump it up. You're learning things. You know things. But the wisdom and the understanding are not there to be coupled with your knowledge. You just have that first level, which is knowledge. And here's what knowledge does, brother.
God, this is a book of Salah. 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1. Now as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffs up, but charity edifies.
So your knowledge puffs you up, and you don't understand that. So you're talking to people when all you've obtained is the knowledge, and you sound puffed up, and people don't want to receive you because all you have is knowledge. You don't have the wisdom and the understanding to dispense your knowledge. Right? You don't have that. So you need to get with brothers, get raised up in this thing, learn, walk, let the spirit grow within you before you try to turn around and give it to that woman. She's not receiving it for a reason, because the way it's being presented, because of the fact that she can't even trust that you're fully dedicated to it, because it's only been a year, and she sees you on a day-to-day, and she sees things that gives her doubt in your dedication. You have to understand that. Right? I'll be keeping the laws, no pork, no seafood, keeping the Sabbath, not smoking weed no more. I try to set an example. She sees it as forcing it on her, and I don't like that. Well, you have to stop forcing it on her then, because it's what you're doing. You're forcing it on her. You are forcing it on her. As opposed to you consistently doing it and making a real example. You're trying to set an example, but you have, and guess what? A little bit of time. And here's what I want you to know. A year is not a long time in a relationship, pimp. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things you got to think about, Brother Clive Wolf. I counsel couples all the time, and this be what be going on. A brother be a year in the truth. They want their wife to be where they are. That's not happening, right? So like it does happen sometimes, but that's rare. You can't expect your wife to be where you are. You need to grow in this thing and pull her along in this thing. Go ahead.
It is a book of St. Luke, chapter 8, verse 15. It says, but that on the good ground are they, which in an honest and good heart, having heard the word, keep it and bring forth fruit with patience. You got to bring forth that fruit with patience, bro. You got to have some patience. That's all, man. All right.
Have some patience. She don't come along, like Sister Katrina said. Plant the seed, let it grow. Let's get back to these Moors real quick. In there arguing.
I'm entitled to them. I haven't gotten them. Order them to give it to me.
I've already
I have
filed
received
a
no
notarized affidavit of fact in reference to return of property weeks ago. A notarized affidavit. So if you're telling me you don't have to acknowledge affidavits, all right, that's what your statement is. However,
see that? She just told him she don't have to acknowledge something. And he just said, well, that's what your statement. He's not getting anything accomplished right now. Right? See, when this first came out, we thought this was something. Now we realize that this is nothing. It's BS. It's a nigga with a secret squirrel hat on talking. That's all it is.
Bottom line is this court has failed to prove jurisdiction and has avoided.
So that's what they tell you to do. Go in there and challenge jurisdiction.
The issue of jurisdiction at all costs. And you don't, nobody in here has the status.
See that? Status. We got the status correct. Nobody in here has the status. Let's see if this stops this judge from proceeding on him.
Right? Nobody has proven status, and nobody in here has the authority to proceed. Now, the last hearing we discussed, you stated that
Could you please stop yelling at me?
This matter, you stated, ma'am, for the record, you stated that this matter was relative to jurisdiction, not Mr. Keesler's position here, and not anything else. You stated that you were giving the prosecution a chance to prove jurisdiction, and he's not even the assigned prosecutor to the case, but obviously he's remaining silent, and he has nothing to state. So I move that this case be dismissed.
When there is an appropriate application before this court to address the issue of discovery violations, jurisdiction, or anything else, the court will act. Filing a notarized or not notarized affidavit is not an appropriate way to bring a matter before the attention of the court. What you must file is a notice of motion that sets forth the relief that you want, and it needs to be supported with a certification, an affidavit, whatever it is.
You just moved to get the case thrown out, and she just told you no. And you need to file the proper paperwork before you can even challenge jurisdiction. We're at the hearing.
Can you repeat that, ma'am?
Notice of motion. This is exactly what I told Cheyenne Matoda Kushmir L.
Cheyenne Matoda Kushmir L. Okay?
Yeah, the new name.
He talking about a notice of motion. First off, when I come in the door, that's already a notice of motion. Objection.
For the record, man,
because you notice my motion.
Which rule, authority, courtroom rule, statute are you using?
It's in the court rules. I do not
address that matter?
It is in the court rules. I do not recall, and I'm not going to look up for you the exact court rule, but the court rules set out the procedure that you must follow.
Objection, ma'am. I'm not a party to society. I'm not subject to your courtroom rules, and you have not proven jurisdiction.
And I will never address the issue of jurisdiction until and unless the appropriate application is made before the court, because filing either an affidavit that's notarized or an affidavit that's not notarized does not bring it before the attention of this court.
Just because you went and had a notary stamp a piece of paper, that doesn't mean it came before the court. But these are the guys that want to sell you status correction. I remember we saw this 15 years ago. Everybody was wild. Not even because we don't even know what's going on. We just see a nigga being real bold against the judge, and we just never seen that before. And they were selling you $250 status correction packets. That was 15 years ago. I don't know a nigga with his corrected status yet. Oh man, $250 a jug.
Smooth jug.
Smooth jug. Lord and Christ.
Somebody said you gotta get the Black's dictionary.
Gotta go get that Black's Laws dictionary. And black, see what that mean. What white, we're really white people, and they're really black people.
God.
That's when you get real deep when they come with that breakdown.
God.
Black people are really white people, and white people are really black. I'm telling you, it gets deep. Let's go.
Objection. There is no discretion to ignore the lack of jurisdiction. Flux versus United States. Jurisdiction is fundamental, and the judgment rendered by a court that does not have jurisdiction in here is void ab initio, and that is application of Y300 P.132 versus Caveat. Once jurisdiction is challenged, the court cannot proceed when it clearly appears the court lacks jurisdiction. The court has no authority to reach merits, but rather should dismiss the action. Malo versus United States 505 F2D. When jurisdiction is challenged, the party invoking jurisdiction has the burden of the status. In Basso versus U.S. Power Light Company. Courts enforcing their statutes do not act judicially, but merely ministerially. Thus, no judicial immunity, and unlike courts of law, do not obtain jurisdiction by service of process, nor even arrest and compelled appearance. I'm here by way of threat, duress, coercion. I'm going to make that clear for the record every time I have to appear here, if I have to appear here. The only reason I'm appearing here is by way of your threat, duress, coercion, or your company's threat, duress, coercion.
You can read me, let me interrupt you, please. You can read me this until the cows come home. You can read it ad nauseum and ad infinitum. It doesn't change the fact that until the issue is brought appropriately before this court, no ruling with regard to jurisdiction is ever going to be made. Now, let me ask you this question, though. In the other matter, first of all, let me...
File the proper motion.
That's it. You keep trying to read off papers. Just file a proper motion to challenge jurisdiction. That's all she's saying do. That notarized piece of paper does not challenge jurisdiction properly.
God, and they got to be before the proceeding.
1 Kings 3, 16 to 28.
That's about the two women that was with the baby.
When they splitting the baby.
God.
Okay, King. What's your question though?
I don't think it's a question.
He said, read and explain. What's to be explained? I'm confused.
He keeps saying it's great. Watch this. Hold on, let me go first. He said, get gorilla time. 1 Kings 3, 16-18. My Christian family won't deal with it. Solomon was crazy on that in a good way. Can y'all read it?
I mean, we're not just reading a random verse.
He said he thinks so. He might not have the right understanding and want you to break it down.
I mean,
let him say that.
Yeah, let him say that. I know there's not. I mean, there's not no understanding to have here. It's a very plain story. He smoked out who the actual mother was with the proposition that he put on the table and saw who was willing to let the baby be cut in half. Okay. Well, this ain't the place. This ain't the place to do that, brother. Got about 15 more minutes. We're gonna go about 15 more minutes. So y'all can shoot y'all questions. Do remember, GORRILLA.tv, CZYN.network, all your exclusives over there.
Carla, we know what he was trying to prove, bro. We know about maritime and common law.
Yeah, and none of that matters. That's the whole point. Knock on Shalom. Y'all got to understand, none of that matters. And you can go to the books on it. It doesn't matter. It's not going to be enforced in court. It's not going to stop anybody from going to jail.
Right.
It's not real. It's impractical. What's more practical is keeping God's laws amongst his people.
Right.
Far more practical, far more worthwhile, etc. Right. Yeah, 42 didn't 42 try to hit sovereign stuff? Yeah. That went right to the feds, pimp.
Move in there.
You know what I'm saying? He was gone, man. That little short ass was gone, fool.
Could be in there for 30 days now.
Let's take a look at the Taylor name. Taylor. It says it in English. It just means a tailor. Biblical translates to clothed with salvation. Mm-hmm.
That's a link to that. Is that what that is next to it?
What? Yeah, like a source. Only my health. Taylor, baby name. Taylor. To tailor or to cut. To cut. Interesting. Tailor is a gender-neutral name of French origin. It was originally used as an occupational name for a tailor who cut cloth. You're a cutter of cloth.
Yeah, she asking how would you say tailor in English?
Yeah, I'd have to look. Okay. No hits.
Search it for the Syrian cages.
The adjust, match, suit, fit, accommodate, tailor,
clothed with salvation.
Tailor, fit. So it's a few ways. So yeah, it's a few ways to say it. There's a few different words for it in actuality. Yeah, it's a few. It's a few. I had to look a little deeper into that. Come to a consensus. Can the fringe law be just one law, which is border of blue all around, and not 4 pieces clipped? I tend to believe, since it's just synonyms. Well, I mean, you can tend to believe anything I could demonstrate archaeologically, both being practiced. So, you know.
Yeah, and in the Hebrew, it's 2 different words.
You said they only what?
As y'all said.
That's fine. That'll work.
What y'all think about going to high schools to give this truth in similar fashion that those devil worshippers do currently? You have to get approved to come into the building.
Yeah, you gotta get in there. How you get in there? You gotta maneuver with wisdom. You can't just, gotta know wisdom. You were wrong for how you responded to me, man. How long you gonna knock a brother down for learning, coming for y'all help? Israel gotta do better. Listen, I'm gonna say Salakia, bro, but stop being so soft, bro. For real. Ain't no need to be so soft. My apologies if I offended you, though, bro.
You talking about how you answered the question about wearing fringes?
I guess so.
Having the Holy Spirit on?
The problem is softness.
That's crazy.
That's all. Me, if somebody responded to me like that, I would just feel like I just don't want to be responded to like that again. So I just won't, I'll definitely give a lot of thought before I say something. That's how I would have responded to that. Yeah. I wouldn't have, but hey, again, I apologize, but stop being soft. Buck up, Bart. Well, John Marlon, it could have a lot of power. It could have none. It just depends. It depends on your name, its meaning, and if there is an observable, if we can observe the validity of it and its attachment to a spiritual attribute. You see what I'm saying?
Shut up, Daniel.
I definitely got a video about drive-bys in the Bible, for sure. Oh, brother asked about them. So all we have to do is go to so with kids relief. For example,
Saint called the how high reference.
power to that system, man. Okay. See, I see that. Look at that, bro. You see what he's got on?
God.
Okay. You see he's got on zit zit. Why don't you wear zit zit? Now this picture, it ain't showing it enough detail. Where's the one with all of them? Hold on. Come on. Let's pick up an image. Yeah, it really don't money there.
That's like the sister Kai Israel. You had asked a question earlier about the kingdom of heaven. Could you reiterate that question again? Because he's gone. Hang on. All the way out there.
See that? So then you take a look at these other ones. They had the standard fringes there on their garment.
Right.
Then one, look, he got the zeets. Zeets. Right. Oh, Salahi. Let's go ahead more. Small. Really. You see, he on standard fringes. Oh, I got it in 2-1. Let me zoom out a little bit. See them fringes? Fringes. Zeets. Zeets.
Right.
Zeets and fringes. See that? So we wore both. That's the point. We wore both. As a student, don't respond. It doesn't matter. Man, incredible.
Ephraim Israel saying, "Are we to blow the shofar for every feast?"
I mean, you can. You ain't a priest though, so it wouldn't be keeping the law. It'd just be you blowing the show, making a lot of noise. That's all.
Archaic trumpet.
Just so you know, brothers be burning incense and they be doing all this stuff. Number one, that ain't the incense. Number two, you ain't a priest, so you just getting the smell like that's all you're doing. You know, but I feel like I ain't got no problem with it. I'm just saying you ain't doing what it's saying. You're not doing that though.
John Marlon said, "Thank you for the response, brother. On a side note, do you believe the 7-head, 10 horns beast in Revelation chapter 13 is the same beast in Revelation chapter 17?
What, the beast that the whore rides? Yes. Same beast. Man, this KFC about to be here, man. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. You know it's on the way. Praise the highest. It's on the way. You know. So I ain't breaking down names.
He giving them out.
He the name breaker downer. He be the name what?
Name breaker downer.
He coming with straight oracles. It get cold. It get cold in that Strongs, huh? This nigga's a cold nigga, right? It's kind of like a mother. You know nothing you can do about it. I'm getting ready to show y'all my name. All my family, they going all the way back. Listen, man, I'm gonna just tell you, it was something called destiny. All right, it was something called destiny. Yeah, with that, we're gonna close out. Everybody head on over to the SICARRI San Diego page. Cap is gonna be live. We'll give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, and say shalom.